All right, hello everybody, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an exciting baseball matchup between the Loyola Cubs and the Harvard-Westlake Wolverines. I'm Tate Harahan, joined by two of my friends,
Frank Lichman,
Ricardo Torres.
and it's going to be a tough one today as Loyola is 2-5 going against the Wolverines, who are now 5-2. Coming off a win against St. Francis, it was pretty evident that they are going to be the favorite in this matchup. However, even though it is a bit late, Loyola seems to be handling Harvard-Westlake well, and just like that, it is a quick 3 outs for the top of the first.
Yeah, you're certainly right about that, Tate. These Wolverines, not going to be an easy matchup. Coming in ranked as one of the top teams, not just in California, not just in Southern California, but in the entire nation. Sporting a roster deep with Division I commits, deep with players who I guarantee you will be seeing at the professional level, be it minor league or even major league, as you look at Max Fried, pitcher for the Braves, Harvard-Westlake alum. So, yeah, these Wolverines, obviously perennial top dogs of the Mission League, along with Notre Dame High, but Loyola looking to shock the world here with this upset and set the tone for their Mission League season.
Yeah, that's a really well put. As now the Wolverines will take the field, we get to see the batting of Loyola for the first time, and there's some pretty big hitters on our roster, especially Adam Magpok, who's committed to Boston College.
Yeah. Look, we were talking about the Wolverines and their commits. Cubs certainly have a few of their own. Sophomore Walter Urban plays center field, hits for power and for contact, and he can burn around the base paths, and he's committed to play baseball just a few blocks away at the University of Southern California. Augie Lopez, another junior. You can put him anywhere, he'll play. He also is committed to USC, along with Magpok committed to BC. So look, this Loyola squad is nothing to sneeze at. They certainly are a talented bunch, and if they can get hot, they are tough to beat. But it's just a question of who can be the guy to kickstart this team, which so far has had a slow start to their season. But I really believe that if they get going, they're going to be a hard team to stop.
I definitely agree. I know a couple of bumps in the road, a brutal loss to Aquinas, but no biggie. They can bounce back. Loyola is really resilient when it comes to their sports teams. So let us see who will start off and light off the match really first and get their team on the board first.
Yeah. You have Nate Stern on the bump here for the Cubs. Got a decent inning. You know, he let up a base hit, but he looked pretty in control there. His control looked well. He was mixing in off speed too, and I think that he's gonna go deep into this one, and he's gonna be giving Wolverines fits all day long. As here we have Adam Magpok stepping up to the dish.
Yeah, that was a pretty strong showing. He's got an early strikeout. Didn't really get a lot of momentum going for the Wolverines, but that's kind of what he's looking for. Good to see from a junior right there.
Definitely. Magpok here, really the epitome of someone you don't want on the base paths, because once he's there, he will be causing havoc. I guarantee it. He's one of the fastest players on this Cub team. He can steal bases. He can get in your head as a pitcher. So best believe that this Wolverine pitcher is going to be doing everything he can to send Magpok back to the dugout and not let him get the chance to do that.
Here's the pitch. Bit to the right. That will be ball 1.
You know, one thing that separates players from the high school level to the Division I level, like Adam Magpok, is plate discipline. That pitch coming out of the pitcher's hand in the mid-80s, it's going to look really good. But what separates the good from the great is can you identify that's going to be just less than a few inches to the outside, and he was able to do that on that one.
Yeah, just like that. Check swing 2. That's a ball 2, and that will be called for another ball. That's three balls to no strikes. Are they trying to walk him right off the bat? Seems like it. Or maybe it's just nerves. Check swing again, and that will be
Called strike.
Strike, actually.
Looked a bit
Magpok.
outside.
Yeah, just a bit.
Magpok thought he had the base on balls there. Not to be. 3-1. It's going to be a hitter's count. Let's see what he can do here with the pitch.
Swing and a miss. That's full count right there. Already a very tense first up bat for Magpok. He's trying to make it count.
You know, I'm not. I like that hack. 3-1's a hitter's count. I like taking a big swing there. Worst that can happen is this 3-2.
Definitely. Just don't want to. And he will get a strike 3 called on him. Unfortunate. Thought he had the right eyes on there, but that was a really well placed ball by the pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah, tough call there. But disappointing first at bat for the Cubs, up 3-0. Couldn't make anything happen out of it, but getting the starter's pitch count up, there are worse things than that.
Second batter for the Cubs steps up. Pitch way out there. That's ball 1.
There you go.
Okay.
Contact on that last swing. Contact again. 1-2.
He's seeing the ball well. He's putting good swings on it. Let's see if he can straighten it out. Bit late on it.
Yeah. He's really just trying to maneuver around some of these pitches. This pitcher is tending to go a bit outside, trying to put it over in the corners of the box.
Yeah. And the pitch comes in. It's going to be waved at and missed. Strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Wolverines in the bottom of the first. Looking dominant here.
Yeah.
And that's a theme of this team. They're going to want to shut you down. They don't want you to even get in the game. They want to just right out of the gate just deflate you, and that's what they're making a good crack at doing that.
Yeah, and that was 2 strikeouts. Pretty blazing start right now for the Wolverines. Contact, though, that is sent all the way down, and that will be a base hit for the Cubs. Nicely done rebounding for the Cubs right there.
It's Carson Chavez there with the base hit, the senior. Chavez, 3-hole. He can give a lot of pop, but as you see there, he can also hit for contact as well. Just poked it right into the right field, and that's just what the doctor ordered for the Cubs. Let's see if they can get a little 2-out rally going here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, that is what the doctor ordered. Well said. See if the Cubs can probably replicate what the Wolverines have done. Base was stolen almost instantaneously. Well, Chavez replicates.
I believe this is Augie Lopez stepping up to the dish for the Cubs. As we were saying, the junior USC commit, one of the most versatile players on the field as the pitch is delivered. It's going to be in there for a strike. Lopez committed earlier this year, but that's someone who's been getting college looks, getting offers like that for quite a while. So it was just a matter of where and when, as he's going to poke that one.
That is a pop-up, and it's dropped by the left outfielder. That is brutal right there. Bit of a miscommunication right there, as drop back in a collision course set by 2 of the players on Harvard-Westlake. Sets up 2 on bases for the Cubs. Look at that.
Definitely, that's the thing. I love that at bat from Lopez. He gets up there, he sees a pitch he likes early in the at bat, and he jumps on it. And even though he didn't get all that ball, puts it in play. And when you put the ball in play, good things happen, right? You're making the other team make a play, and that's what he made them do, and they didn't do it. So I love that at bat from Augie Lopez to start off this game for the Cubs.
Looking for some fire here. That's strike 1.
Pitch was looking really fast. Not sure what it was looking at, but I'm sure it was lighting up the radar gun as this pitcher has been doing.
Yeah, it's a tough opponent right now. He's trying to just shake this last batter. He knows he's only got 1 out left, but doesn't want to give up any more runners or any more runs at that. That would be a really big hole for them to dig out of, especially this early into the game.
Certainly.
Yeah, count is 2-0. And
nice hack.
Nice little hit, but that will be easily collected by the Wolverines. It is now going to the top of the second inning. Currently 0-0. If you are just joining us, exciting game to come. Both teams have shown really their versatility, their power, and they've come out strong, you know. Even in these first 2 innings, they've both gotten out on base, and they both gotten a couple of strikeouts. That's really nice to see. Now it's just all who can really add the most power to their punch and possibly send a ball into the street behind us.
Definitely, that was a really good inning from David Lozano, the pitcher there for the Wolverines. Lozano showed good command, got back into the at-bat after being down 3-0 to Magpok. Did let up 2 runners on base, but honestly, Tate, I don't think either of those balls were hit very well, just hitting the right place at the right time. So if you're the Wolverines manager, I think you're pretty happy with that first inning from Lozano, just as I'm sure as the Cubs are with that first inning from Stern. He's looking to get back out there and replicate his success from the top of the first.
Yeah, Lozano had 2 strikeouts. Just something to add, you know, just adding on to his tally marker right now. You know, if you're taking stats down and you're looking for a pretty reliable opening for pitcher, that's just pretty interesting to see. Right off the bat, he's just lighting up the Cubs. Unfortunately, he got a bit dicey with those last few batters, but as you said, I don't really think they were hit that well. It just was unlucky, as one of them seemed to be a communication issue, and one was just right into an empty space. But regardless, it's just going to be a battle between decisiveness, really.
Definitely.
Wind picking up here on a pretty sunny Tuesday afternoon.
Very nice weather. Definitely a welcome release from the
downpours of rain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
A brief respite, I think, as it looks like it's forecasted to come back soon.
Yeah,
But
calm before the storm, really.
great baseball weather. Great weather to play the national pastime here. Beautiful day in Los Angeles, California.
Goldstein is coming up to bat now for the Wolverines.
It's gonna be Cade Goldstein. You can put him anywhere. He's a catcher's utility. He's a sophomore, only 5'10", already getting the start here. Goldstein gonna be a tough out here, as you see. When you see a young player like that, a sophomore, getting playing time, getting meaningful play time, let alone start on a team like Harvard-Westlake, that's an indicator that they are a stud. So, look, this is gonna be a pickoff attempt. He's back in safely, but as I was saying, Goldstein, only a sophomore, already in the starting lineup here at this game, and I think that's just an indicator of certainly a good sign that he is a dog, as they say.
Yeah, young players on varsity teams are honestly the most scary people, or not really, you're playing against, you know, is that sophomore you've heard rumors about, and it's like, oh no, this is the guy who can, you know, do this and that. Gonna have to be careful. Always a wild card.
Definitely. Also exciting to see these players come to mind in the Cubs. Walter Urban, James Delamico, 2 sophomores getting the start here. Just to see them develop over the next few years. It's really exciting to imagine their potential as a senior. As Stern's going to come set and deliver. He's going to show bunt, pull it back.
Stern is possibly trying to set up a pickoff right now. I mean, this is the second time they've looked for it, but 2 balls to no strikes is not really the best metric you want to aim for, especially with a man already on base. Those things can rack up quick.
Definitely. Stern's going to want to keep the pitch count down. This Harvard-Westlake team is going to be a team that can hit the ball well. They're going to be, if they get a pitch to hit, they're going to swing and they're going to hit it well. Although that wasn't a great swing, but unable to come up with the ball there is Augie Lopez.
Almost picked off. That would have been pretty huge for the Cubs, honestly. I mean, that would have been just a little bit of a ace in the hole. I mean, that would have been helpful, but you know, to no avail.
Definitely, and I'm sure Lopez isn't feeling great about that one. As a defender, you have a sense of loyalty to your pitcher. They're working hard there every single pitch, doing their best to get him out. And when you get a swing like that results in such a weak hit, you're gonna feel really bad when you can't make the play for your guy. But yeah, that's that the Cubs are going to want to have back. And as I was saying, you don't want to fall behind to these Wolverines. This is a team that's going to hit the ball well. If you give them a pitch to hit, they're going to see it really well. They're going to swing, and they're going to put really good bat on ball. So you don't want to fall behind in the count here. When you get to the 2-0, 3-1s, then you're forced to give them a fastball. Then you're forced to give them a strike, and that's what they can capitalize on, and that's what they do so well as Stern misses low and in.
Yeah, Stern has kind of got the nerves getting onto him. He's looked back to that first base a couple of times now, and now the count is not looking too good for him, as just one base hit is all the Wolverines need to really just get a huge edge, as no outs currently for them in the top of the second. Stern knows this is a big moment. Pitch, contact, pop fly, and it is going to be
Out of play.
yeah, not even collectible right there, as 3 Cubs run over to try and get that. Once again, would have been huge, but can't really do a lot there. And as you were saying earlier about the catcher and pitcher, I think that's one of the most interesting relationships in sports, as those two are really just the most communicative positions in honestly all sports.
Definitely, I think that you'll find that you have to have a lot of intelligence to play catcher. And if you look at the best catchers in the major leagues, they oftentimes do have the responsibility to call the pitches themselves, right? So as a pitch comes in, it's going to be fouled off.
That is deep left field, and the Cubs will not get there in time. That is ruled foul, it seems. No, wait.
Fair.
That is ruled fair, actually. Yeah. Almost on the line there, as both the Cubs, I think, maybe thought it was fair, or...
Yeah, initially it looked like it was certainly going to go foul.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Cubs thought that as well, but
yeah.
Geez.
Wind blowing in this way might have a factor.
Yeah, certainly. It's a pretty windy day down
From
here.
the west to the east, that's it. Yeah, you could hear that through the mic. Sorry about that, but that's just indicative of how crazy California weather is. It's so unprecedented. Anyway, Wolverines are going to take nature's blessing and take a bunt here. That will be ruled foul. That one was definitely foul, as they're just trying to get players just advancing through the bases, probably onto third, then get a base hit, and then boom, they got to run in. And that's all they really want.
Yeah, I'm sure the Cubs are not excited to have a runner in scoring position this early in the game, right? But they're gonna call Stern. They're gonna want him to get the get out pitch. They're gonna want him to keep it low in the strike zone, try and get him to ground into a double play, maybe mix in some off speed. What they don't want is this batter, although he's squaring up the bunt, it doesn't look like he's going to, is they throw down to second, but there was never really a chance of getting him out there.
What a snag by Magpok there. It looks like he was going to do the splits, trying to go back for that, but that's well done by Magpok. It's really not a good situation for the Cubs right now. Gunn and Magpok are on their feet. Balls could be sliding right past them anytime. They got to be nimble. They got to be ready. So it's all just crunch time right now, and I think the most pressure is felt with Nathaniel Stern.
As Stern pitches, it's going to be another squared up. He's going to pop it up, but out of play.
Yeah, once again, it's like you think you can go for it, and then it just flies right over your head and over the net into the stands, and that's just really tough. You wish you could get there. Anyway, the count is now 1-2, so possibly one out for the Cubs coming up.
I might want to knock on wood after that one, Tate.
Yeah, my bad. I've actually been good at jinxing, so I'm just gonna give that a firm knock right there. Yeah. Now, if he hits a homer, I have no relation to the Wolverines. So,
although that is going to be a bunt out, so interesting. Not quite sure what to make of that. I think this guy is hitting 7th or 8th, and they don't even give him the green light to swing the bat once. So not quite sure if he just has he's got some serious wheels on him, or what is the case there. But didn't give him the green light to take one hack. Bunting even with 2 strikes, which is certainly a rarity in baseball, because if you bunt foul, there's 2 strikes, you're out. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The bunting really you usually switch that up after like the first 2 pitches, but not like instantly after like a 5-pitch like count or anything like that. That was certainly the odd play right there. but I think the Cubs will gladly take that. They have one out now as they're going up against their 4th batter of the inning. Pretty scary stuff right now, but Stearns seems to be coping well.
Yeah, that first out's huge. Now a double play will get them out of the inning.
Ooh,
As that supposed to be stone third, he's going to be way out.
Called out. Outstanding play by Augie. And Nate pulling that ball low gets a fantastic strike in the process. Fantastic job by the Cubs.
Yeah, man, he was dead in the water as soon as he took out from second. That throw beat him by a mile. And great job there of getting the tag down on him. That's often overlooked part of it's overlooked with how difficult it is, because obviously the runner's trying to avoid it. You have to just lay your tag down there, and he did a good job of it, and the Cubs are rewarded with an out.
Yeah, the junior tag team right there. Has some communication right there. Stern trying to get his 3rd, and that is railed all the way to the 3rd, and that will be the 3rd out of the inning. The Cubs survive, getting a point against them. That is
yeah. Cubs hold the Wolverines scoreless after first and second, no out. I think you got to be really happy about that if you're Coach Ramsey, the manager of the Cubs. I think Stern showed a lot of grit there. The pitch count was getting up there, so not sure how deep Stern will get into this one. Depends if he has some quick innings coming up. But, yeah, certainly you got to be happy with the grit that Cub defense showed there, making the plays when they needed to, putting the pitches where they needed to, when they needed to. And, yeah, the Cubs are going to look to take the lead here at the bottom of the second.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really great job for positioning right there. Right to the right outfielder, easily fielded, and that is just a quick pop-up out. Not even a pop-up, just seems like a little bit of a glide, and that just is really easy for the Cubs. And, you know, Harvard-Westlake has got to beat themselves up about that. That was a pretty big opportunity they kind of just had and then gone. And I think it all spiraled out of control after the bunt call. Again, not too sure what the coaches were thinking there, but it's all really up to their mind, and they seem to be doing something right regarding their team and their, you know, scoring. So they should. I shouldn't be questioning it. Maybe they turn on the Jets later in the innings, but we'll see. Top of the batting order for the not top of the batting order, but up to bat for the Cubs is a fresh set of I think who's up to bat. This may be the 5th batter, maybe the 4th.
I believe they had 2 runners on, so this would be the 6th.
The 6th, okay, yeah.
But yeah, this Cubs offense looking to capitalize on the nice plays their defense has made, and that's what really, when you can string together nice plays like that, that's what gets you wins. And I think that's what the Cubs have been lacking. It's not like they haven't been making nice plays, but you need to get a hit after a hit. You need to capitalize on making a nice defensive play, and that's what's going to get you the separation to win any game, let alone beat a team like Harvard-Westlake. Let's see if they can do that.
Yeah, Lozano versus Donnie Morgan, Jr. of Loyola High School, hailing all the way from Pasadena. Let's see what he can do. He makes contact first swing, and that is sent back, but it is easily collected by number 2 of Harvard-Westlake. Not a lot of hype there. May have jinxed him again, my bad, but good look from Donnie Morgan. He made some pretty big contact right there. Just a bit more power on that, and that would have been right below us. That would have been on the board for the Cubs, but always love to see those opportunities, and Junior's packing punches like that.
Yeah, Morgan squared that ball up pretty well. He got a lot of it and hit it deep to center field. Unfortunately, Hernandez Field, where the Cubs play their home games, has a really deep center field. Stretching back, it's almost 400 feet. It's almost ridiculous how deep it is back here.
Honestly,
Yeah,
so any other field, I think that's getting a lot closer to the wall. But he timed it up well, hit it right over the second base, and just number 2 for the Wolverines made a nice play.
Yeah, Lozano picks up a 1-1 count right now against batter number 2, Loyola. After that first out is kind of just trying to get another fire started. Let's see. And that will be a bit of a ground out, and that will be easily. Oh, no, never mind. I strike again when jinxing people, and it works both ways, I guess. That will be error number 1 for Harvard-Westlake, as I somehow magically made the ball come out of his glove.
Yeah, this is the second questionable play that the Wolverines defense has made thus far. I think you are right to assume that the first inning mix-up in shallow left field would be scored a hit, but yeah, no, this Harvard-Westlake team has not looked infallible so far, and I'm just really hoping the Cubs can capitalize on that, because when you're gifted base runners like that, it's really painful when you can't make them pay.
Yeah, looking like the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sorry, no offense to any fans, but yeah, I've seen too many first base errors on the Pirates, and it just stings. You think you have an out right there, and you're really confident, and then it just pops out of the glove. Regardless, I do think that the hitter for Loyola, who is number 20, that is Jake Arellano, is pretty happy with that call.
Ariano, talk about an athlete, right?
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. We've seen him in football. He's been an absolute monster.
All Mission League. I'm pretty sure you're in all Mission League honors. He was up there visiting Cal this weekend, right? So that's one of the top football schools in the country, going to be a Power 5 school. And look, he's doing it on the base paths too. He plays safety. On the gridiron.
Yeah, he's had some pretty. He's also plays corner as well, and he's had some pretty crazy plays in some pretty big games, which we've covered earlier this year. But yeah, bright future for him.
Oh yeah, being a defensive back, he's got some speed. I think last year he was primarily used on this varsity baseball team as a pinch runner. So good to see him getting those looks at the plate this year. And obviously, as I was saying, defensive back, a lot of speed. Let's see if he can make him pay for letting him on base with the stolen base, or getting maybe first to home on a nice hit here.
Yeah, Lozano tried to pick him off already, but he's got a 1-2 count, so he's not really that stressed. And just like that, he tries to pick him off again. Knows his speed, knows his opponent may be trying to get a big lead off here, as the base runner is probably just going to try and get off this next hit, as there will probably be a swing, but Lozano trying to pull. No, that is right down the middle. Great call by Lozano right there. The catcher shift seems like there's going to be a pulled pitch, but it really just is all up to what the pitcher decides, and that's just really so interesting. You can fake other teams out, you can fake the pitcher out, you can fake the batter out, you can fake yourself out, which you've seen, and it's honestly just quite amazing how everything could happen within just hand signals and all that. And it's just a real interesting, position to play, and it's a tough one. That's for a fact.
Certainly. And relating back to Ariano's presence there on first, not just the tangibles, the stolen bases, the stretching out, the base running. It's certainly a mental factor, right? He's in this pitcher's head as another pickoff attempt is there. He's getting in his mind, taking his focus off of the batter, which is what ideally the pitcher would want to be primarily focused on. But now he has to worry about Ariano dancing over there on first, as that's going to be another big swing and a miss. But yeah, that's another huge factor. Not necessarily something you'll see in the stat sheet, but for a player like Ariano, that's one of the biggest things he can bring to this team is the mental aspect.
I agree. And now Lozano, I don't think he really cares about that. However,
safe.
Ariano, and that ball comes loose. Yeah, he's going to have to do a bit of extra laundry, but well done. Ariano solidifies himself as an absolute threat. And Lozano, as I was saying, he really doesn't really care about it now because he's got a 1-2 count, but seems like Ariano's going to make him care, as he's now got the go-ahead to run on any hit.
Definitely, I think you will see this third base coach here for the Cubs being aggressive, sending Ariano on any ball hit to the outfielders. That's going to be up the middle. Let's see if they're going to send Ariano home. Ariano rounds third. He's going to be into home, but the throw is going to be there, and he's out.
Oh my. Excellent play right there by the Wolverines. With their luck, I honestly would have called Ariano to go home too, but seems like the catcher got some glue on his hands and made sure he could make that play, because wow, that's the third time's the charm. 2 times the ball has popped out of the glove, but Ariano nearly beat him to it. Close. That was a nail-biter, Usain Bolt finish in the Olympics type stuff right there. Beautiful by both sides, getting Ariano almost at home, and wow, just a really good almost RBI.
Yeah, but I'm not upset with that decision to send him home there.
Yeah.
Tate. I mean, 2 outs. The Cubs haven't been getting that many hits. Who knows when they're gonna get another one? So I like the decision to send him home. Ariano's a freak athlete. He can. I would not fault Ariano there. He was burning around those bases, but I think at the end of the day, number 2, the center fielder there for the Wolverines, just threw that ball on an absolute rope, and Jack Kelman, the NYU commit catcher for the Wolverines, made a nice tag, manning up, bodying up, and blocking Ariano from touching that plate. But overall, I think that's a good baseball on both sides. That's the type of play that you love to see as a fan of the game, and I'm sure you folks at home love to see that as well. I mean, that's just good ball.
Yeah, that was really well done. Honestly, great way to end out the second inning. We're going into the third, fresh ball, fresh game plan. But not a lot of action so far regarding on the scoring. But if you've been watching this game, you know that action is action-packed, that is for sure. Just because there's no score, it doesn't mean it's like a dead game or anything like that. Sometimes it's just such a, tough-fought game on both sides, both defensively and offensively, that honestly you can't really tell who's going to come out on top.
Definitely. Baseball is certainly a game of intricacies. As Stern's going to deliver, and that's going to be lined out to Magpok at short. But baseball, definitely a game of intricacies, right? I mean, it's not going to be basketball where they're running down the court and every single possession they're scoring or they're shooting. It's a game that it's not for everyone, right? But I think that it might have some of the most passionate fans in the world, because if you can appreciate the subtlety, like Ariano dancing over there at first, that throw over there from the center fielder for the Wolverines, each specific pitch and where you place it as the pitch is going to be high and away. I think it's one of the most interesting sports you can watch, and I think it is. I think it's a shame that it's losing so much popularity amongst the population today.
Yeah, it's very like soccer in a way.
It's going to be high as well.
It's very like soccer in a way, like a lot of the American population isn't really too keen on soccer, but it's also got a really passionate group of supporters, and especially in Europe.
Yeah, contrasting with soccer though, I feel like soccer's on the rise here.
Oh, definitely.
Baseball, I hate to say it's on the decline.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, you could really attribute the rise of soccer to a lot of things, whether it was the World Cup recently, or maybe that hype will die down soon, or maybe it's the Premier League in association with the World Cup. Maybe it's both, or maybe it's Messi, maybe it's, influencers.
Inside, it's going to be ball 4. Stern gives a freebie there to the Wolverines.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you'd wonder, are you going to call the bullpen now? Yeah, you're going to try and warm someone up? Because Stern may be having a bit of a stress on his arm, and, I mean, can you blame him? I mean, he's up against some pretty powerful hitters, and honestly, he's just not going to try and give him any runs. He knows he's a pretty big aspect to this game and is not trying to give up an early lead and possibly the game to the Wolverines.
Certainly, and if I'm Coach Ramsey, I'm letting Stern cook a little longer. This is the first of a series with Harvard-Westlake. I know we're at Harvard-Westlake tomorrow, and that's going to be another game. It's going to be another battle. Every game with this team is going to be a battle. I think you want Stern to eat up as many innings as he can, right? You don't want to go to the bullpen early. You don't want to use up those arms, burn up those arms, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be using these players that much. They're kids. The focus is on developing them to be the best player they can be. So if you are, and for the season as well, if you're throwing them, tiring their arms out already here in the early goings of the year, that's not good. So I think you're going to want Stern to get as much as he can today. I think Ramsey's going to be pretty hesitant to go to the bullpen unless Stern gets really knocked around, as that's a 5-6 hole base hit there for the Wolverines, and they may have something cooking here in the third.
Yeah, I'm getting deja vu right now. You got someone on first, someone on second, and there's only one out. That's scary stuff, and Stern knows it well because he literally just lived through it. Regardless, he's still trying to, do his best. He's kind of just gonna no really sign from the dugout anymore. Yeah, he's just kind of going for it right now.
Absolutely, because Stern has already given up 4 hits, so it'll be interesting to see how long Coach Ramsey lets him out.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. let alone the bases on balls he's given up. As that's going to be in there, that breaking
that's
ball.
well placed, yeah.
Great slider there from Stern. A little front door slider action there. He's going to just throw it right by him, and the pitcher was properly confused by that. Stern's someone who can mix pitches. He's someone who can throw the fastball, blow it by you, but he can also mix in the sliders he does there. It's a nice changeup as he's going to deliver. It's going to be another breaking ball in there for a strike. So Stern maybe got knocked around on the fastball a little bit. He's now going to the breaking ball and seeming to find some success there.
Yeah, maybe it's the ace up his sleeve. Maybe he's going to change it up, like, no pun intended, for the third ball. But let's see what he's going to aim for. A huge out would be crazy for the Cubs right now.
Definitely Stern from the stretch. He's coming set. Gets the sign from Lopez. He kicks and deals. It's going to be hit back up the middle. Stern's going to throw to the shortstop. Magpok gets by him to center field. And the Wolverines are going to score one and take a 1-0 lead here in the third. Able to hold the runners at first and second, but, oh, man, really not what you want to do there. I mean, you have a double play. You have a chance to get out of the inning. And not only are you not able to get one out, not only do you not get the out, but make the play, you don't make the play and let a run come in, and that's just terrible.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but that's just terrible.
I mean, you had the idea. Stern collected well, and then he tried to fire that to Magpok. But, oh, boy, was it the throw that was off, or was it the catch that was off? Because it rolled right off of Magpok's glove and into midfield. And that's just tough, You thought you could get out of this untouchable, and then you're just getting a big warning that this team is a scary one. And
another
just like
base
that,
hit.
That's a base hit that flies right past Magpok. And the runner is kept on third. Now, that's not good at all. We got bases loaded, top of the third, with only one out. And the Cubs are down 1-0 to the Wolverines. Not looking too good right now.
It's going to be Jack Kelman stepping up to the dish here for the Wolverines with the bases juiced, as we do see some action in the Cubs bullpen. As we were asking how long is this leash going to be for Stern. It appears that Ramsey's not liking what he's seeing, and can't blame Ramsey. Stern getting knocked around here in the third. But this Kelman character, he's a senior. He's got a lot of experience, and he's committed to NYU. So that's a Division III school, but they are obviously academically very great, and they have a nice ball team as well for a Division III school. So Kelman certainly made a nice, carved out some nice real estate for himself here with the baseball. But he's looking to do even more here with the bases juiced here and a chance to score.
Yeah, well said. I mean, NYU, I'd say that's like, a top 20 school academically? But, geez, that's really not indicative of, Division 3 or 2 or 1. As you know, MIT is Division 3 in some schools, and they're also up there. But honestly, it's the best of both worlds, I'd say. He gets to do what he's loving, and he's gonna get to be a starter, I presume. So that's just lovely for him, and he also gets to good academic studying.
Living in New York.
Yeah, and also living in New York, a dream,
Yeah.
Especially with the not living on like a random apartment.
Not a bad town for a baseball fan, huh?
Nah, not at all.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's Yankees. It's a great squad over there.
I mean, yeah.
Certainly those are two very exciting teams to watch. Mets made some nice offseason moves. Yankees obviously got their big sluggers. So Kelman at the plate right now, going to have no shortage of baseball to watch while he's studying in Manhattan.
Yeah,
As he's going to look in and get the pitch here. It's going to be low and in the dirt, but a nice job by Augie to block that and keep anyone from advancing.
Yeah, a brief mound meeting right there as we were talking about NYU, but I think Nate has a plan to just try and pick a runner off. I mean, try and put that ball low and then get Augie to just haul that over like they did earlier in the second inning, I think. Regardless, I don't think Stern's going to try and let a lot of balls go right down the middle, as he will get punished. And just like that, that is a popped up. Yeah, but that is out of play. So that will be a strike tally added on.
And if you look at the Cubs' defensive alignment here, you'll see the corners, the first base and third baseman are playing in. That's indicative that if the ball is hit hard to them, they're going to try and make the play home. They're going to try and get the force out at home and then maybe throw to first. And honestly, I really like that positioning. This Harvard-Westlake team, the more you get down to them, the harder it's going to be to claw back up because the arms they have in the latter half of their bullpen, and even their starter has a lot of gas left as Stern comes set and delivers to Kelman. It's going to be another pitch low. It's going to get by him.
Oh,
He's going to go home.
he's
And then
stealing home.
Safe. Not even a play there. All runners advanced. It's going to be second and third.
Yeah, that's
2-0. Worst possible scenario here. So
I mean,
first run comes in an error. Second run comes in a wild pitch. I mean the Cubs are losing by 2, but honestly, they're giving them these runs, Tate.
Yeah, honestly, I think you said worst case scenario. I would rather take that than a grand slam, but I would say this is a bit of a red flag, and this is kind of just the white surrender flag of the current mound, and it's kind of trying to out with the old and with the new. Stern has done well though, but just
That's
like that,
real.
another base hit, and that will be another run for Westlake. That's just not good for the Cubs, and now they're down 3. Just like that, it's like we just like are fortune tellers and we can see what is going on, but that is just brutal.
Look, some action in the bullpen. He's running in. Get the trumpets ready, but I think Stern's time in this game is short-lived.
Yeah, the torch is being passed. I mean, he did well against such a team as Harvard-Westlake, but oh boy, third inning is just a big showing of wow. You give them a little, they'll take a lot. They're gonna probably switch it up as Stern will pass on that Olympic ceremonial torch to the next pitcher and try and recuperate because that was a lot of base hits in a lot of time.
Yep, Stern's final line, a 2 1/3 innings, 6 hits given up, only a couple of strikeouts, a walk, and that throw that went past into center field that allowed one of the runs to score.
But he got a strikeout.
He got 2 strikeouts.
Oh, he got 2.
So,
yeah, thank you for those stats. That's very interesting to have, and it just really shows you a big picture of one's performance if you're not watching, but I think no better way to understand someone's performance than watching. And right now we can see that Stern really poured his heart out there.
Yeah, I got to feel for Stern. I mean, he played well, but this Harvard-Westlake team, they're going to wear you down, right? He looked really strong in the first, had some jitters in the second, but managed to push through. But this Harvard-Westlake team, they're not going to let you make mistakes, right? You could be on for first 6 pitches of the at-bat, and they foul them off. They take some good eyes. That 7th pitch, you make the tiniest mistake, they're going to rope that ball into the outfield, or they're going to put it in play, make you make a play. And the Cubs have not been making the plays, and that's why they find themselves down big in the scoreboard. Just start this game, but as we've been talking about, this Cub team, they have an explosive offense. They have a lot of players who can really put the ball in play and hit the ball really well. So I wouldn't count out this game just yet. I think that this Cubs team, down 3-0, this is going to be a real test of how resilient they can be, playing probably the best team they'll play all year.
Yeah.
When you're down big like that and it's not looking great, back against the wall mentality, let's see what they can do. And I'd love to see them at least scratch a couple on the board in the next couple innings.
Yeah, and just like that, new on the mound is number 8, right-handed pitcher Ryan Times, the senior. And he actually doesn't go for his first pitch yet. He's just going to try and pick off that first base runner.
Times is going to be a senior. He's 5'10", 180 lbs.
Oh no! Oh, and that will be a runner advanced after the first wild pitch. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, at least it wasn't the third base runner, but
certainly an inauspicious start to Times' tenure on the mound.
Yeah, beautiful. Also, lovely vocab word right there. We got Times, he's just trying to do some damage, not a lot he's left with, but he's just trying to make do with what he's got. As you can see, as you said earlier, all the infielders are playing close to that mound, so they can probably make a
That's signaling that anything hit in the infield is going to be going home, or at least look the runner back before they go home. And relating to Times and his role in this situation, they used to call relievers firemen, and that relates to they come in to put out the fire that the previous pitcher started. So Stern got into a little bit of a jam, metaphorical fire. Times is really hoping to be that fireman with the hose and put it out, as he's going to miss outside again. Struggling with control here. Could be the nerves playing a factor, as there's a jet flying overhead. Maybe that's a factor as well.
I think it's fear, you got to be scared. I mean, one bad hit, if it's a double, that's 2 runs in. Yeah. And he just walks him. And, that may have been a play,
he may have been working around it to create the double play opportunity, which now presents itself, but the bad news is bases loaded again.
Right. They don't want to signal to Harvard-Westlake they're going to intentionally walk him, but he could have been getting the information from the coach. Don't give him anything to hit. Keep working him on the outside of the plate, right? Try and get him to roll over on something. Try to get him to pop something up. That would be the ideal in the situation. So, a walk, not the end of the world there. And I like giving the Cubs defense the opportunity to turn to and get out of the inning.
Yeah, but now there's no room for error for the Cubs, and, Times knows it. So let's see what he's got cooking in his kitchen right now, as he is the head chef. First pitch, down and to the right. That is ball 1.
I think it's safe to say in this situation, Times is not pitching around him now.
Oh, no, I don't think he can.
He absolutely cannot.
Yeah. Second pitch, a bit to the right, but that will be inside. Strike 1. He needs that. He needs 2 more to just add on to the Cubs' get back. And they're just trying to see what they can do. Third pitch. Oh. That is a big hit into midfield, and that will be a base. No, that's a base hit. That is another round.
Station to station hitting there from the Wolverines. Everyone's going to move up one position. So not the end of the world. I mean, that ball was it had a bit of air under it, so the runner on third had to see if it was going to be caught or not, and if he needed to tag up. So that ended up helping the Cubs out, and they were able to limit the damage to 1, but really not how Times wanted to start his appearance, with another base hit, with a walk and a base hit. So let's see if he can buckle down right here. So he's going to deliver. It's going to be in the dirt, breaking ball. Good block by Lopez to keep it in front. So Times really struggling here to get the pitch that he wants, put the ball in the right location, and make it unhittable, which is obviously a hard ask, but...
Yeah, something you just want to point out is that a lot of these balls for base hits have just been kind of either really close to the ground or just really lofty, meaning that these Wolverines are not hitting it just dead on, which kind of shows you what if they square up and perfectly hit that ball. That's kind of scary. That's probably gone. Even with this deep midfield, it's probably gone. We've seen some hitters absolutely crush it into the streets, so maybe that's going to happen today. We will see. Time's not going to try and let that happen. He's currently 2-0 on this count. Here's the third pitch, and that is contact, but it will be ruled a foul.
This is this park kind of on the adverse side of having a really deep center and left field. It's really a porch out to right. So if a pitcher can, let alone a lefty, but if a righty is late on the ball, squares it up, that ball is a really good chance to get out of here. We saw the Cubs hit some big dingers to right field last season. So that's certainly an issue, as Times is going to come set, pitching from the stretch here with the bases loaded. Pitch is going to be low again. 3-1.
Oh boy. Yeah, you could see Times kind of get at himself there.
He knows when when you're on the mound, it as soon as it comes out of your hand, where this pitch is going to be, and he saw it's really not where he wanted it. I think that's really far from where Augie set up. So Times 3-1. This is a big pitch here. Let's see if he can buckle down, show some grit, and get the pitch, as he's going to deliver. And
that is low. Unfortunate. Now we're looking at a 5-0 lead for the Wolverines in the third inning. Just the third, by the way. Just get your scorecards out. Hope they're not filled up for the third, but they probably are now. are we at the top of the order now? Surely. I mean,
Definitely. I think we've cycled through. Yeah.
We've gone through at least
Yeah.
9 batters. So
Yeah.
this should
goodness
least.
gracious, yeah.
More.
It's not great.
I mean, if you're a Cub fan right now, you can hope for the same because, you know, the Cubs have this power. But let's see what Times has. He gets the first strike on this batter.
Despite Times just coming in from the pen, their Loyola Cubs already warming up someone else. It's not looking great.
Oh my gosh. I mean, when you've seen games like this happens in pros, this happens in AAA, this happens all the time. But sometimes, you know, the batters are just on a hot streak. They just had like this like pep talk of the century. They just had this training of the century. They have got like, this is their day, you know, this is their game, honestly. But Times is just trying to break their momentum right now. He's got an 0-2 count.
Yeah, you know, it's really, really frustrating to see this. You mean it all stems from that, that ball's going to be fouled off to the right side, but it all really stems from that misplay there, trying to turn 2 from Stern to Magpok. You know, if that play's made, that completely shifts the dynamic of the entire inning and thus the entire game. I think it would be a 0-0 game. So I mean that's a 5-run error right there. And just something to bring into account is that's going to be another ball missing low, bouncing well before it even reaches the plate. At the high school level, there is a mercy rule. So if it's 10-0 after 4.5 innings, they're going to call the game. So I mean the Cubs.
Okay, well, didn't know that at all.
Yeah, Cubs looking to avoid that.
Well, mercy rule's never fun.
No,
I mean everyone wants to play the game, and you know, even if you were like, oh boy, that is hit contact deep.
Tough play there for Magpok, but he's gonna grab it.
Well done by Magpok, and no one makes any attempt to run to home or to another base or to advance at all. Great job by Magpok. Midfielder right there was going to come get there, but I don't think he was going to get there in time, really.
Yeah, that's Walter Urban, who's certainly a fast player, but if you look, the Cubs outfield is playing deep. They're playing no doubles. They don't want anything over their head, which would potentially score 3 runs and basically essentially end this game 8-0. Would pretty much put this game out of reach. So they're playing deep right now. Normally, I think that's Walter's ball. I think Urban has the legs for that, and I think that the outfielder does have priority over the infielder on a play like that. He's going to deliver. It's going to be outside, another breaking ball. Times really struggling to find his momentum, find his locations here. But normally I think that's Walt's ball, but you know, I like Magpok taking charge.
Yeah, I think that was
play.
a bit short. I agree. The midfielder usually has priority there, but I mean Magpok was right there. Yep. And as you can see, the formation on the infield is
another ball bouncing.
Oh dear, that just hits the floor.
I think that hit the grass on the way to the plate.
The formation's kind of a bit weird, but they're playing for just a little a line drive or something just right to them. You know, they're not encroaching on the inner diamond or anything like that. They're just playing for the quick out, which is most likely how they're going to get out of this. But I don't know. Don't count times out.
It's really a tale of 2 performances, right? Stern got into some trouble, but he was hitting his spots. He was getting them to roll over. He was getting strikeouts. Times, I mean, it really looks like he's not in control out there. He's defensive. He's pitching defensively. He's not really taking control of these at bats. And I think that his mentality on the mound is what's harming him. So I think that Augie calls that meeting, just trying to calm him down. But it doesn't help as a pitcher to see your coach get some movement in the bullpen there. So it's not a great show of confidence if they're already warming up another arm. But I'm sure Times would love to get out of this himself. And I think he's going to buckle down. 3-0, bases loaded. You really don't want to walk in another run. So I think Times is going to do everything he can to make sure this pitch is a strike.
Yeah, you got to believe. Here comes the pitch. Strike, check swing, but that is a strike. Yeah, I think that check swing is going to be evident for the next few pitches because, honestly, just 1 ball is all Harvard-Westlake needs to reset that counter and just go in for possibly 7. Here's the pitch, Times to end this misery. That is strike number 2. This is full count now. Oh boy, everyone's
Really on the outside corner there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure. I'm not the ump. I can't see from all the way up here.
No, yeah.
No. I gotta get my opera glasses out here and see.
But good job of times painting the corners, not giving someone to hit, because you don't want to give up on and just lob one into the strike zone. He's going to throw. It's going to be fouled off. 3-2. The battle continues. But you don't want to give him a pitch that's just going to be a free hit. You don't want to just loft one into the strike zone because you don't want to walk in a run. So really, really, really great job of times there. Buckling down, painting the corners, hitting his spots. And I think Coach Ramsey loves to see that. And he may have just bought himself some time.
Honestly, he just needs to just lock in. This is his moment. He's the captain of the ship right now. He's gotta put them through. The question is, how's he gonna do it? Here's the pitch. Contact.
Fouled off again.
Continuation once again. See, I think this is gonna be a battle. I mean, I don't think it's really either side's gonna back down here. Honestly, it's just who's gonna slip up first is gonna take the inning either to an end, or the top of the inning to an end, or continue it.
And I think this kind of relates to what I was saying, which what makes this Harvard-Westlake team so dangerous and so frustrating to play against. They're going to stay alive in these at-bats, waiting for you to make a mistake. And as soon as you do, they're going to capitalize. As that ball's hit very hard to second base, going to be into the outfield for a base hit. Run is in. 2 runs in. Oh, Donnie can't find the ball. 2 runs in. He's going to be into second, but he is not there in time. He's thrown out by Donnie Morgan. But so the Cubs get out of the inning, but I mean, not how they would want to. 7-0 Wolverines after 3. But as I was saying, and they just proved me right, these Wolverines are going to be intense in these at bats. They're going to be staying alive. They're not going to give in here. And as soon as you make a mistake, as soon as you put one where they think they can hit it, they're going to take a big swing and they're going to rip it, as they just did, and they capitalized there in a big way. 7-0. That's a 7-run inning for the Wolverines. Something you never want to see as a defensive unit.
Look on the bright side, they got out of the inning. I mean, now the Cubs, they're gonna put up 8. It's tough, especially on that last play. You could see Donnie Morgan had it in his hands, but I think he just bobbled it. That may have just been a morale thing. That may have been a confidence thing. It may have been an anxious thing. But regardless, that just adds another run on for the Wolverines, and it's just brutal, Not even at 4 or 5 innings yet, and it's already looking like a one-sided affair. Never what you want to see, but you can't really count anybody out in the game of baseball because,
No time limit.
there is no time limit. Sure, there's a mercy rule, but
Yeah.
Loyola can stop that. They just got to score. It's all about them showing up to this competition and showing, hey, this is our turf. So we rule Hernandez Field.
Yeah.
They got a bit of a hill to climb. They got a bit of a trial to overcome. A bit of a pilgrimage to go on, per se. But no problem. I mean, it's just going to be experience, I feel, because right now Harvard-Westlake is known for their power, and it's just, evident right now that this is going to be messy. And also, you can't really be sad if you're Loyola, because you can always get them back at their home turf tomorrow. That's the thing about these baseball games. It's always in series, and it's never just one and done like some football game or something like that, where all the rivalries all faded on one night. No, you get to play them multiple times, and that's really just the best thing, because you can always, change things and get back. And
certainly true. And one thing that's so special about baseball is, continuing on your comparison with football, as the Wolverines are going to set up here in the bottom of the third. If you see Alabama playing a Division III football team every single time, 99,999 times out of 100,000 times, they're going to win, right? There's just a physical element that you can't match. Baseball, there are so many intangibles. It's just who's having a day as the pitch comes in. It's going to be big swing and a miss by Magpok. But, any given day, you look at the Dodgers, they're the best team in baseball last season. They were winning almost every game. And they're still dropping games to the teams in last place, to the Diamondbacks. There's just things that you can't count on. So, even the Cubs get killed here today, they get a chance to go at it tomorrow and potentially win. And I'm not saying this game's over, because 7-0 has been done before. But even if they do end up losing big here today, They have the chance to go and win tomorrow. They have the chance to upset teams. It's not like football where Loyola plays modern day in football. Hate to say it. I mean, we don't have a chance, right? I mean, hate to say it, but that's going to be a check swing by Magpok. Holds up there. Kelman was looking for someone to call if he swung or not. He did not.
Count is 2-2 right now. Magpok's already engaged in a battle, and right now the pitching situation for Lozano is Lozano, sorry, is just he's really the commander right now. He's the commander of this field, and he's just kind of dictating who is going to get past his gate, who's going to advance, and honestly, not a lot. Magpok trying to pry his way through this defense, this solid defense, and he gets some contact on that, but it is really well fielded by the left fielder, and that will be out number 1. Unfortunate, he had gotten under there, and he was looking promising, but you know, you always have those moments in baseball where it's like, oh man, I got it, and then there's that outfielder that just ruins your hopes and dreams.
Just off the end of the bat, slightly there, my Magpok. It's a good swing on the ball, a nice launch angle there, but just off the end of the bat, didn't quite get all of it. So he's going to be walking back to the dugout thinking about what he could have done differently. As opposed to standing on first base, Lozano's going to come set and pitch from the windup, and he's going to miss low.
Yeah, that's kind of not what the Cubs want. One out already this early. It's kind of reminiscent of the Donnie Morgan hit to deep midfield. I mean, he had a look, but you know, field advantage. I mean, you've seen it in some of the other sports where field or court advantage actually exists. Like in our volleyball court, we've seen some times during the broadcast where the other team would hit it actually into like a basketball hoop that's suspended into the floor, or not the floor, the ceiling, and that would count for Loyola because that's just how the rules work. So it's, you know, to each their own. I mean, there's Fenway and the Green Monster. There's some other sports that, or there's some other fields that are notable that have some very odd changes to it.
Outside
and,
ball.
You know, Hernandez is just one of them for the, you know, the high school field, I guess.
Yeah, we got a really low right field, and then the center and left field is a lot higher.
Oh yeah, you could just could run back and forth there for a while.
You know, I'm not sure, Tate, how many other baseball diamonds, high school baseball fields, are surrounded by, at least have a cemetery down their first base line. I think that's got to be a pretty rare feature of Hernandez. Makes it quirky, makes it cool.
Yeah, first baseline. We got a cemetery. We got the third baseline. We got another school and a performing arts place. And then out into the midfielder, we got, you know, the street where people drive their cars. So,
And
live. Yeah, people literally live out there.
As the pitch from Lozano is going to come in, Walter's going to take a big hack at it. Walter Urban, I mean, if you're a Loyola baseball fan, this is a name you already know, and it's a name that you're going to keep hearing for the remainder of this season, for the junior season, for the senior season. I mean, Walt, talk about an athlete. He was the running back for the freshman football team. Ran back many kicks and touchdowns last season. Played on varsity as a freshman with Lozano kicks and deals. Is going to find a spot on the outside corner. Walt doesn't like that call. Thought he was going to get the walk, but he doesn't. But yeah, Walt, certainly a player to keep your eye on. Committed to USC. You're going to see him playing at the next level, potentially many levels after that. Just a tough at-bat there from him.
Jeez, Lozano is on he's got a streak going right now. He's about to get his reparations right now. He's gotten how many strikeouts? I'd say four.
4 strikeouts on the day and only 2 2/3 innings.
Yeah, pretty strong right now. Especially since half the outs have been just pop-ups or just line drives or ground outs. And
another good spot there from Lozano, just off the outside corner of the plate, and I believe, you know, he's gonna keep doing that. He's gonna start to get less and less calls as their lead grows, but umpire, it's another human factor of the game. 7-0, you might be getting less calls than a 0-0 game, but Lozano is just really looking dominant, and the Cubs team's looking pretty hapless at the plate. And I just really hope they don't give up and start striking out every at bat, as that ball's going to be in there for a strike. I mean, that's two straight pitches that look pretty good that have been given up.
Yeah, that kind of just looked right up there, and there was no movement. Statue on the mound, or statue up at the plate right there. But he's looking for those. Yeah, like good eyes right there. That was an obvious ball, but like sometimes like waiting is just not what you want to do. And when you're down 0-7, I mean, you gotta take some swings. You have to. It's actually imperative. You do, because you're just gonna be at 0 points to 7 for the rest of the game. And just like that, just a good swing. Unfortunately, he gets it on the choked end of the bat right there, and that just sends it right into the foul net. I mean, it's honestly just really tough coming up from this kind of a like deficit, but it's been done before, and it's really there's a lot of things you have to do to come back in such a scenario. But Cubs are trying to manage, but right now this inning is not going to go their way. Still bottom of the third. So yeah, it's not even the fourth yet. So expect the Wolverines to come out swinging next inning. That's a bit inside, but that is called strike. Even though the batter turned his shoulder. Yeah,
get out there.
I'm not mad at that call. I mean, I think that did have some movement on it. I think that may have been a two-seam fastball there from Lozano, and that pitch does look like it comes in at your hands, but it then does slowly kind of shift towards the middle of the plate. Oh man, great pitch there from Lozano. I mean, he's just looking dominant. I mean, talk about an inning to write home about. I mean, what? 3 strikeouts?
No, that's 5.
No, but that inning alone.
That inning alone, a 1-2-3 inning, 2 strikeouts, and 5 for the game.
One was a pop out to
yes.
Yep.
Left field. Yeah.
First batter.
But oh my goodness, wow! He had the batter just faked out. He was like, oh no, I'm gonna get hit, and boom, you're out of here. Honestly, it's hard to see all the way from up here, but still. Outstanding stuff for Lozano, and that just prompts another assault from the Wolverines on offense, and that's, I mean, I wouldn't be too happy if I were the Cubs. Oh, and actually, look at this. Number 31 is now on the mound. Who is that?
Tyler Page.
That is Tyler Typhon Page, a junior. He was a right-hand pitcher. He is standing at 6'4" and weighs 170 pounds. Yeah, he is also hailing for Pasadena. Actually, a lot of these players actually know each other on both teams. They all came from the same middle school, and this kind of is like a rivalry game in a way for those few. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of looking like who can perform the best right now. As it seems like Typhon, he's coming out fresh, trying to rebound off of times, and I know he's got a lot of things he's got to like rebuild upon, but at least he didn't come in the middle of a firefight like Times did.
Yeah, Page, certainly an imposing physical presence. He's someone standing at 6'4". He's someone who I'm sure he's got a huge wingspan. That's a guy who, when he releases the ball, it's going to look like he's already halfway to home plate, which is a contrast from Times, who was standing only at 5'10". So, I mean, it's certainly interesting. It's going to be a different look here for the Cubs, and I think that's why Ramsey did it. 2 pitchers who weren't the biggest guys on the field going to a guy like Ty Page, who is huge. So, I think it is interesting. I think I like that move from Ramsey to go to a pitcher that's so different. And, I mean, because obviously what they were doing wasn't working, right? 7-0 in the third inning. So, I like Ramsey mixing it up. He's not giving it up. He's not putting someone out there who's just going to eat up innings like you sometimes see in the MLB. So let's see what Page can do here. Is he going to come from the windup here? First pitch. It's going to be just high for a strike. I like that pitch, but the umpire did not. And I'm not the umpire, so my opinion doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's unfortunately, that's kind of how it is in sports. You think you they have the call, like you see it in football, soccer, honestly, all sports. It should be this, but you're not the ref, so you actually can't decide. And it's the most controversial thing about some games, besides cheating allegations, but it's up there actually with cheating allegations.
How do you guys feel about as the pitch from Page is going to be off the knuckles there, fouled back? How do you guys feel about the proposal to introduce robotic umpires to the MLB that are going to call an established strike zone automatically every time.
I think that would be the best on a kind of like a standpoint that's, a standard that is like, okay, this is what is to be expected. These are the rules, and it would be good. However, there are a couple things that should be implemented. For instance, funding and cost, and also weather, and also damages, software protection, because cheating is allowed and all that stuff. And like, if it's a blatant ball or if it's a blatant strike and it calls otherwise, who's to rule otherwise? Is there like an overseer? There's a lot of rules to be implemented, but I think the idea is there. Regardless, I do like the idea in the broad scheme of things.
Yeah, the provisional aspect of it is that in minor league baseball, when they tested it, the umpires just had a chip in their ear, and it would just be automatic ball or strike right away. And we did see some outrageous calls, but that a lot of times that doesn't take into account that the strike zone is actually a 3D object. If it clicks any part of it, it's a strike. So it'll be interesting to see how everything works out in MLB, and maybe even here at the high school level.
Yeah, there's certainly baseball, connecting what we were saying earlier, is Page is going to be deliver a breaking ball, hitting the center field there for Walter Urban to make the catch. But as we were saying, baseball, a sport that some say is on the decline, and a lot of that is due to the pace of play. So we're seeing the MLB take a lot of pace of play initiatives to increase that, and they've been trying out in the minor leagues and stuff. And one thing is a pitch clock, and I think that's something that not as much of an issue at the high school level, but I'm really in favor of that. I think that it's going to be super beneficial just to speed up games, because when you have games that are 4 hours long and no one scores until the 3rd hour and 59th minute as Page kicks and deals and misses outside, I think that's really not great for the fans. So I think that these pace of play initiatives that they're taking could be great. What do you guys think?
I think that's a very good idea. Sometimes you've heard horror stories of what was the longest game of baseball ever played, and it was like some outrageous. I think it was like 3 days or something like that. It's like cricket matches.
Lined up the middle. Just great piece of hitting there. Well, Urban fields it and gives it back to Gunn, but Page, first hit he's allowed.
Yeah. Cricket matches. I actually talked to a friend. He said like they're like 3 days long, and they're like you have to like take a break, and I'm like, that's really a drag, but I guess it's got a fan base. So baseball, I feel like it's good for the pace of play to be quick, snappy, because that seems to be like what the fan base of us Americans kind of like are used to. Fast, snappy kind of games. That's why soccer is not really that interesting to most Americans, as it's like, oh, okay, like they only scored 1 point. It's not like, oh, they can go back and forth like basketball or football or something like that. But yeah, I think pace of play would be really helpful, but then again, there's a lot of things that need to be implemented. That's where planning comes in.
The ball's going to be jacked.
Oh my God!
Off the top of the wall. That's gone at any other field. It's just Hernandez Field was such a deep left field, but he got every stitch of that ball and drove it way over the left fielder's head, way over Jake Ariano's head. And, man, you got to be glad there's a fence there, or they're going to be an angry Pico Union resident that there's a hole in the top of their car, because that was hit. That was a ball with a mission, and that mission was to get out of the stadium. But
yeah,
unfortunately for the Wolverines, it did. Unfortunately for the Cubs, it did not.
Yeah, and in fact, the resourcefulness of this just absolutely a massive left field gives the Cubs an opportunity to field that ball back in and prevents another run for now.
But second and third, one out. Not a great situation. Page getting knocked around here, and as you see the Cubs playing with their infield in, they are really looking to eliminate the damage here. They don't want to give up another run. When you're down 8, 9, 10 runs, 10 runs is the mercy rule, but even 8 or 9, it's just, the more runs they score, just the more demoralizing it is, and the worse it is, and the worse it is for your team. As that's another ball is going to be hit to left field. It's going to be a nice play for Ariano. He's going to make the catch. Runner from third is going to try and tag, but he's going to retreat back to the bag from a nice throw with Ariano. That's a nice play there by the Cubs defense.
Yeah, he did not. Ariano was obviously aiming for the catcher, not the third baseman there. Absolutely not a missed throw, but good job getting back to the bag and trying to prevent another run. But overall, another very scary hit to left field. I mean,
another ball hit very hard.
Yeah, you're quaking in your boots. But Loyola does not seem any urgency to just put another man back into the bullpen and try and.
No, I think they're going to let Page eat up some innings here. As that ball's going to be roped down the right field line, and luckily foul because that was another
foul.
ball. Yeah.
Oh
another
boy.
ball.
Yeah,
Another
it's still hard to see from like this kind of angle,
But another ball hit very hard. They're seeing Page really well.
yeah.
Just haven't been able. I mean, they hit that one, but I mean, there's been a few they've really hit the ball well. Just haven't been able to straighten it out.
Yeah. Just a funny thing I'm looking at. There seems to be like a little indent into the field, and that seems to be like where the right side of the field, or on the left side of the field, there's a bit of an indent where that would be like what would be the symmetrical version of this diamond, because it seems a bit lopsided as we've been talking about. But as we were saying, that one absolutely blasted ball just recently would have definitely gone over in, I'd say, 80% of other diamonds.
Yeah, that was a really great hit. That's a hit that's going out. I mean, down the line, that's a hit that might find its way out of the ballpark at some major league ballparks. But yeah, I mean, Hernandez Field, notorious for keeping balls in, to center and left.
Now, Tyler Typhon Page looking for. Oh boy, that is
pop up.
Popped up.
Done.
Way up there.
Who's gonna get it? It's gonna be this Donnie Morgan.
Oh, 9. He's dropped it. Unfortunate right there. That's another run scored. Just as Tyler Page seems like he could have gotten an out there on that inning, as he's got 2 outs and possibly is trying to find that final one. You know.
And are 2 gonna score on that one?
Yeah, 2.
It's gonna be 9-0, right? It was second and third, huh?
Sure. No,
was it?
No.
I believe the runner at third held up.
The runner at third, I think.
The runner at third scored. The runner at second went to third and held there.
Yeah.
He could have definitely had a chance.
I don't think he did.
Wait,
there's no one on
I
third.
don't see a guy on third. Yeah. Unless we're missing a player, but anyway, I mean.
I think it's 9-0. Yeah.
I think the sun got in everyone's eyes because it got in Donnie's eyes, it got in our eyes because we just lost a guy.
That's gonna be hit as well. Donnie Morgan.
He grabs that one though.
Just able to get it.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, kind of misread that one when it retreated a bit too far back, but able to make the grab in the end.
Well done.
Get out of the inning.
Well done by Donnie recovering after that pop-up. And that's just a tough thing. You know, you see those on Sports Center, and it's like, oh, this is unfortunate play. 2 people run into each other. 2 people, or like one guy can't get the pop-up because it's, blinding lights from the sun. And honestly, I mean, it may be 9-0. It may be 8-0. I don't know. Was there a guy on second and third? I don't think bases were loaded because of that other base hit, but
It looks like they're going to keep it at AO, at least for now.
Yeah.
yeah, unless some of the Harvard-Westlake fans bring attention to it, but it seems like they're not complaining.
You know, that recent play from Donnie Morgan brings to mind something that, don't ask me how, but in the sport of baseball, if you make an error and you're in your own head about it, the ball's going to find its way back to you. It's all about
It's like
how
a
you
curse. Yeah.
It's all about how you
Always
can.
finds you.
It's all about how you can recover, right? Donnie Morgan, really great job there. Not a pretty bad error. Maybe it's a an error that caused a run. Didn't let it get in his head. Ball came back to him that very next at bat, and he's able to make a play. But props to Donnie if he's not able to find the mental fortitude to push past that error. That ball may get by him and just completely end this game. So props to Donnie there on his recovery after that error.
Just a little thing. The score is indeed 9-0. There were runs
Oh
on
my
second.
goodness, you have a great eyesight, Richard.
Thank you.
Wow, I mean, I think it was both of you actually who saw that, but
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, the ball was hit so high that by the time that the ball had dropped, the first runner was already on his way back to the dugout. He'd already touched home.
yeah, the
Yeah.
flash is on third base, I guess, because I did not see him at all. Regardless, it is. We now have a basically a sudden death moment where it's like, I mean, does Harvard-Westlake score and the game just ends? Do the Cubs get another chance?
being the home team, the Cubs would get a chance.
Yes.
Okay. And I think that would actually coincide with the rule where it's like at 5 innings, so I actually have not seen a mercy rule for high school. I mean, I wouldn't hope to see one, but, if that's just how the cookie crumbles, that's how the cookie crumbles. Let's see how Loyola can bounce back after that.
Augie Lopez at the dish for the Cubs, the USC commit. Certainly one of the best athletes here in this Loyola squad. This is a guy whose work ethic is it's immutable. He's going to be a guy who's always going to be getting those reps and going to be hitting in that cage. And as you see, hard work pays off as he has a great role in this Loyola Cub team and committed to play at the University of Southern California, one of the premier college baseball programs in the NCAA.
Yeah, once again, not a lot of movement for the dugout for Harvard-Westlake, as Lozano will continue to reign supreme.
Has the chance to go for the complete game.
Yep.
Hey, I mean,
That's not something you see very often at the high school level, complete games.
Yeah, that's something you could wear with pride.
As he's
That
going to miss that
is a
one
bit
up and outside.
Yeah. Now he's got a 3-0 count, so he's got maybe he does walk a guy, but, it does get a bit tiring. He has gotten a bit of some breaks, though. I mean, the control has been on both sides of the affair for the Wolverines, but seems like they're going to be able to put some damage on the Cubs right now. It is now a 3-1 count.
Yeah. Lopez looking to just do anything to energize this Cubs offense, as that swing is not going to be the one to do it. It's a good-looking swing, but ultimately nothing doing there.
Yeah, full count right now. And if you're just joining us, just a bit of an update right now. It is currently 9-0. Harvard-Westlake kind of on a parade right now. Bottom of the ninth.
Lopez is going to foul one off.
Bottom of the fourth, as it is now full count as Lopez is up against Lozano.
Lozano just looks so dominant here. I mean, honestly, good job, Lopez, even getting this deep in the count, because Lozano has just been blowing away batters. He hasn't been letting them get this deep in counts. So, I mean, it's really just impressive what he's been doing so far, as he's pitching from the windup and throwing really hard. As the pitch comes into Lopez, he's going to hit it up to shortstop. Great play to knock it down by the shortstop, but with Lopez's speed, he's easily going to be in there with a base hit. But, wow, nice play there to knock it down by 23.
Yeah. I think that's the second time he's done that this game. He also was able to snag a ball on a ground ball earlier innings. I think it was the second inning, but we all know how that ended up. It was actually an error at first. But let's see what Loyola has to offer up now. I mean, they are a bit down, but they got a man on base.
Yeah, it's plays like that from players like Augie that's going to energize this team and get them back in this game, and at least get them some dignity if they do end up losing. Never like getting shut out, especially by a rival such as Harvard-Westlake. But it's going to be an off speed in there for a strike.
Oof, 0-2 right now. He's laying down the cannons.
Definitely. I mean, he's just been looking so good. Even there, that was a nice hit by Augie, but strike three, 1, 2, 3, strikeout, strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Just really not a great at bat there. I mean, no other way to put it, but that was a pretty subpar at bat.
Lozano looking really dominant. 6 strikeouts on the game already.
Yeah, 6 strikeouts through 3 and a third. So, I mean, that's going to be super, he's going to feel really good about this performance. But he just looks so good. And he's just been making Cub hitters look stupid all day. Yeah, so that's going to be another pitch in there on the outside corner for a strike. He's just painting the corners, throwing it exactly where the hitters don't want it to be.
It's like he's got like one of those brain chips, so he can see the 3D more. Like, the 3D strike zone right there. But
that's going to be
Donnie Morgan.
Could be a double play. It's going to be 4-6-3, not in time.
Yeah, Donnie Morgan lays one out there to second, but almost a double play. But Morgan actually has a pretty fast mile time, so he puts on the Jets right there and gets there in time. And now Ariana's coming out to try and get another edge.
Jake Ariano, an electric player, as we discussed. He had some great play earlier with that stolen base. He got dirty there, dove into second base, and beat out the throw. So he's certainly a player that the Cubs are going to want to get going and want to keep going. They're going to want someone like him to continue to play a big role in this Cubs offense as he has been. As the first pitch is going to be him low, and Ariano's able to hold up.
Yeah, that's well said. I mean, he doesn't really got a lot of room to work with, but sure, he could try and just put it as far as possible. And, you got to be thinking Loyola on their home turf, they got to be aiming for the right field because it's relatively shorter than the left field or the midfield.
Oh, yeah, but against a pitcher of this caliber, I mean, they're glad to just put the ball in play. I mean, right? I mean, I don't know how picky they can be with where they're hitting the ball.
Yeah, Lozano's some talent. I mean, I'm not too sure what he's looking for past high school, but he's going somewhere, that's for sure.
Most definitely.
Right now, count is 1-1. Ariano makes contact with that one, which makes it a 1-2 count. This is how Lozano can actually put it away. And now with if another performance for the Wolverines follows regarding a lot of points and runs batted in, we may see a mercy rule. That is a bit high, though. The count will continue 2-2. Ariano is just trying to keep himself in the game right now. Just trying to make sure he's there. And he's just got to get his eyes ready, looking for any sliders, splitters.
He'd really like to finish off what he started. Great performance so far. And with the mercy rule in sight, he might just be banking on his offense so he can finish the game.
Yeah, Lozano just needs to put one into a one corner, make Ariano do a double take, and that's it. I mean, that's all he needs to do. And then he lets the rest of his team take it away. And just like that, he thought he had it. Oh my gosh, he was already walking off the mound. And now it's a full count. Just like you said.
Way.
Yeah, I mean, he was walking off the mound. He was like, all right, I think I got him. But he will actually not get that call.
That's something that umpires hate to see, when a pitcher thinks that they make the call, is the pitcher's going to come in, it's going to be a swing and a miss.
Well,
that's the end of the thing. So,
Lozano
continues his dominance here. Yeah, I mean, Tate
7 strikeouts.
Yeah, 7 strikeouts through 4 innings. Really, really impressive. So, let's see if the Wolverines can put one across here.
Yeah. So what just happens for the mercy rule? Does it instantly happen if the Wolverines hit 10, or does?
So, being the home team, the Cubs will get a chance to bat. So no matter what, being the home team, they get the chance to bat last, whether it's in the 9th inning or the 5th inning. So let's say hypothetically Wolverines score 1, it's 10-0. The Cubs score 1, it continues. If they don't, it's over. I'm almost positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it may end instantly, it may not. We will see.
Don't quote me on that rule. But
No. I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you got it wrong. I'm not too sure. I didn't even know this existed until, I'd say, an hour ago. Maybe, 30 minutes. Regardless, we're going to see some determined Wolverines. I mean, putting the other team in a mercy rule is kind of something on the bucket list of a player for, I guess, any sport, if there is one. So, you play Madden or you're playing FIFA or something, you try and put up 100 points on the other team. It's something that everyone thinks of doing, and now when you get to do it in a real game against a rival, it's like, well, don't mind me, I might as well. So I don't know to what extent the Wolverines are going to come out. Will they come out blazing? Will they come out with a very more gentle play style? Regardless, it's something we're going to want to look out for because, well, the game is kind of
over.
It's over, but
We're still playing for some pride.
It's interesting.
it's not over to the fat lady sings, but she's taking a sip of water and warming up her voice right now, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now here's the first pitch. Still on the mound is Tyler Page. He's just trying to get some things started. And actually, if you look at the bullpen, it looks like
You're going to start warming up another guy.
Yeah.
Would be Loyola's fourth pitcher of the game.
Yeah, fourth. There were Stern, Times, and then Finn. And
that's going to be roped to left field. Nice play there, though, by Ariano. That ball was hit on a rope right at him, fortunately. So, look, the Wolverines have been seeing the ball from Page well all day. But they haven't actually had that much success against them. I don't think have they had any earned runs against Page?
I would say the two were from the drop fly ball.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
That's really 0 earned runs. And to be honest, he wasn't looking that shaky beforehand. Those 2 hits were kind of fluky. Well, actually, one of them was.
One was pretty
I don't
good,
know.
yeah.
There were
One
a
of them
couple
was
base hits that were like,
But like it happens.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, you just miss a spot or whatever. But I mean, Page, I think, has definitely looked the strongest of the 2 pitchers. Those were unearned runs, I think, credited to that error on Donnie.
Yeah, I agree. Finn.
As that's going to be another ball roped but foul. Heads up in the Cubs bullpen. That ball had some serious mustard behind it.
Yeah, Typhon, he's really just trying to just stop the advance of the other team. I mean, he's done well forcing a pop out, but you could honestly hope for more. This game may just stay at a 9-0, or possibly even Loyola makes a comeback. But
Pitch comes in, it's going to be way inside.
Yeah.
Looked like it was going to hit him, but
Looked like a looping curve.
Yeah, look at that. Maybe that's the mark of a good breaking ball, that it looks like it's going to hit him, because from up here I was just like, oh.
Yeah, next time I'm going to bring out my binoculars, and I'm actually just going to set up like a little tent so I can make sure I can watch for that. Watch
As
for these
Page
pitches.
kicks and deals. It's going to be another curveball, and that's going to be another out for Page. So look at Page stringing a few outs together here for
That's
the Cubs.
strikeout number 1 for him, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Good for him. Lovely to see. He's putting a stop to the Harvard-Westlake onslaught that's just been occurring, and that's good to see. You get a little smile from that. If you're a Loyola fan, you're like, nice. It's also good to see some juniors, get some action as the first pitch comes in. That will be to a strike right down the middle, it seems like. Hang on, I can't really see.
It was.
Yeah, all right, thank
So
you.
0-1 the count. Page in the bump. He's pitching from the windup, and he's been finding success from the windup as he kicks and deals. It's going to be another breaking ball in there for a strike, a backdoor curveball there, and he's just going to keep hitting that.
He's got a bit hot hand right now.
Yeah, quite a bit of support from the Loyola dugout as well.
Lovely. Love to see this. Can he finish it out? And
Yes, he can.
He gets him spinning like a top. Beautiful stuff.
Tyler Page. Rest of the Cubs should take a page out of his book, folks, and start getting some outs.
That's funny. I like that.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Anyway, the Cubs survive again, and now they are going to try and retaliate. As it goes to the bottom of the 5th, we've made it past the halfway point.
Cubs will play at least another inning.
Okay.
And other Loyola aspects, make sure to check out some of the other sports events that Loyola's has. For example, their volleyball team is on a bit of a tear right now. They've just defeated Redondo Union and Mater Dei, big rivals of Loyola, and are looking fresh after their dominant last year.
Definitely. And shout out to the lacrosse team. Have a game today against the Crespi Carmelite Knights? I don't know. The Crespi Carmelite team. Loyola Lacrosse, obviously one of the premier lacrosse teams in Southern California. They had a tough loss up north this past weekend playing St. Ignatius, arguably the best team in the state. But this lacrosse team is going to be one to look out for. But we're not broadcasting lacrosse, are we, Tate? We are broadcasting Loyola Cub baseball.
That's true.
Which
That's
is back.
true.
Very true.
Honestly, if you just want to see all these games, make sure to come and support your Cub brothers, your family, in person. It's honestly better in person because then you don't have to deal with any of the technical issues or maybe possibly Wi-Fi. Also, it's good to get in the fresh air, and it's a very beautiful weather, as we just said. And actually, Lozano will continue to do his thing. He's currently got a ball right now. He's going to put that right up the middle, though. Honestly, he pitched that with the speed of someone who looks like he came fresh out the dugout. Beautiful stuff right there. Oh, my. He's got some fire on that one.
He was painting the corner. Looked like that one was just outside, though.
Yeah, that's kind of just like off the corner. Yeah, I'm fairly sure this is Lozano, even though I do think the height has changed.
And I do believe this is the same pitcher.
Let me check. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. Regardless, count is 3-1. Contact is made down the line. And that is a play at first. Well done by the third baseman. That is one out for Westlake.
Actually, number 4, this could be Thomas Lee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then again, they are similar height. Not too sure.
Thomas Lee.
Thomas Lee does play catcher.
Hailing from the Rose City. That's Pasadena. He's an alumnus. Mayfield Junior Middle School. He's going to come set.
Yeah, go team.
He's going to come set and deliver to gun another guy from Pasadena. This is some Pasadena on Pasadena matchups.
Yeah, what I was talking about earlier, it's really just like a regional rivalry kind of thing.
And if you want to watch lacrosse tonight, you can actually. It's going to be subscribed to. That's going to be on the NFHS Network link, and it's going to be on the Loyola High School Athletic website for the link. There's going to be no commentary, and I'm not sure if that's going to be free to watch for everyone. It's not going to be free to watch. You're going to have to subscribe, but worth it. Definitely worth it. Is this?
Yeah, definitely.
Lacrosse team is certainly a team that you want to watch. They're a dynamic team.
Now, here's a reason why you want to subscribe. You can't get to here. You may live a while away, as Loyola is really in the heart of Los Angeles and Los Angeles County.
As Lieb comes set and delivers, it's going to be another strike gun.
If you can't get to Loyola, you can't support your teams. Here's a way you can. You subscribe, and then you could check out all the games. And just like that, you're in the know. You get to see all the fantastic sporting events that this high school has to offer.
Definitely. There's not going to be any announcing there, but it's still going to be a great watch, as that ball is going to be another curveball from Lieb in there for a strike. Thomas Lieb, hailing from Harvard-Westlake, but it's someone that I've interacted with outside of school. Just a very nice guy, upstanding guy. It's great to see him have success on the field, as I'm sure he is having off the field, as that ball's going to be low and in the dirt.
Yeah, fun fact about Thomas Lieb, as I went to middle school with him, he actually he was known as the guy with crazy genetics. He was getting like huge muscles in the 5th grade, and he was looking like he was going to be like a huge athlete already at such a young age. And really, he's putting on a show right now. He actually wasn't originally at Harvard-Westlake, but transferred into Harvard-Westlake.
Another strike there.
And he seems like he's enjoying it. He's really coming to his own at this new school, and that's what you love to see.
Definitely, as Lee's going to pitch from the stretch here. Swing and a miss. Magbach goes down swinging, and the Harvard-Westlake dominance continues. 9-0. After 5 full here at Hank Hernandez Field, we'll be right back. 6th inning of baseball upcoming.
have stats, huh? Like.
And we're back here. It's going to be the top of the 6th inning. Wolverines taking the plate, looking to add on to their already monumental lead over the Cubs. First up to the dish is going to be number 22. That's Rowan Jen. The senior comes in at 6'2", 180 pounds. This is an imposing guy. He can pitch, he can play in the field. It's going to be a really hard out. Rowan, obviously a great player.
I do want to say something. It may have been Lozano and Lieb both being pitchers, but there is an off chance that Thomas Lieb has been pitching the entire time. They both kind of share similar numbers, and I do know Thomas has actually done some pitching before, but I'm not too sure.
Lozano was number 5.
Yeah.
So, anyone remember when number 5 was out there?
I think number 4 has been out there the entire time.
Until this past inning. Pretty sure the announcer
no.
said something extra.
I'm not too sure. Maybe they switched jerseys, which is very possible.
Yeah.
I mean, the roster isn't really too solidified, but regardless,
They
Thomas,
sit in the center.
Lieb, or Lozano, both are doing fantastic.
9 combined strikeouts for the Harvard-Westlake team.
Yeah, the pitching is just something to behold. So, shout out.
Oh, wow, man. I mean, this Westlake team, is there's going to be another move to the bullpen. I mean, at what point is it just like...
Annoying.
Just like, all right.
It's just like the meeting where it's like, all right, guys, what's the plan? And it's like, I don't know.
Not quite sure what that meeting's sounding like in there. But,
Probably just pad the stats and
Yeah.
get ready for the next game,
yeah.
which is tomorrow. So there's
Hooray,
a quick
don't
chance
like-
to bounce back.
You
Yep.
got this, guys. Like, you can definitely pull this out. I mean, like, they had St. Francis played against Harvard-Westlake, and actually, St. Francis beat Harvard-Westlake only for Harvard-Westlake to beat them in their recent outing. So, Loyola, what if they're the ones putting up
Right.
9? It's always like, maybe this isn't their day. Maybe one of the students got jug and he's just not feeling it, and then he's just like, oh, man, I can't perform, or something like that. You don't know. It's honestly just it's just how humans work, and it's indicative in how some players play and how their mood affects it. And right now, there's going to be another pitcher change. It's number 17 now.
James Cunningham, sophomore, coming in.
17, James Cunningham. This is a personal friend of mine. James Cunningham. I take painting class with him. So not only an excellent artist, he's also quite a skilled artisan. Cunningham's a right-handed guy. He's gonna be he's on the taller side. He's got to be almost 6'3", but he's a lanky guy, but he can throw for a lot of velocity. He's a guy hailed from the west side of Los Angeles. A lot of good baseball players come from out there. Urban and Delamico, both from there. So a lot of class of 2025. There's a really bright future. These guys are getting playing time at the varsity level. It's pretty exciting to see.
Yeah, it's been a pretty exciting time in sports, especially as we've seen really the younger classes at Loyola showing up. Saw Frosh football went undefeated this year. So
Oh, yeah.
hats off to you guys, you know.
Absolutely.
Can't say the
elite
same
team.
about the juniors, but, you know.
Yeah. So Cunningham steps up, digs into the mound. The sweet sounds of Morgan Wallen reverberating over Hernandez Field just moments ago as he kicks and deals, and he's throwing the ball real hard. He's just going to miss it up and away. You know, something about baseball and country music just seems
Hand
right.
in hand.
Yeah, just seems right.
Yeah.
As Cunningham's going to be pitching from the stretch here with the runner on. He's got a big leg kick in that, almost Kershawnian. Not sure if that's an adjective, but I just made it one. Almost like a righty,
yes.
a righty little Kershaw move there. He comes down, comes stop, and then explodes forward. And obviously, it's brought him a lot of success being on the varsity squad as only a sophomore.
Yeah, count right now is 2-0, so not looking too good, but contact.
Pitch that appeared to be pretty low.
Yeah, that was pretty low, I'd say so. I mean, I think he like scooped it up like a hockey puck, but regardless, the contact was made, and you know, Cunningham will take that.
Cunningham, number 17, comes set, kick, and deal. It's going to be a ball just low. Gotta love that pitch. I like that spot a lot. Breaking ball, breaking down into the strike zone. That's a pitch that you really want the batter to swing at because it's almost unhittable. But
Good eyes right there. Good eyes.
great discipline, and that's what separates this Harvard-Westlake team from the average team. They're really disciplined.
Oh, I forgot there was a man on first, and it seems like a lot of people did as well. Cunningham trying to pick him off, but really picking batters and runners off has just not been good.
It's hard, yeah.
This entire game.
A lot of times just buys the pitcher time just to reset.
Cunningham delivers. Oh, it's going to be in there for a strike, just on the low and away corner. Thought he didn't get the call there, so full count here. Count is all fulled up, 3-2.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice looking job right now for Cunningham. He's actually putting in some work. He's making sure this is a threatening as
the runner's going, and he's going to be in there with ease, as it was a base on balls, so no even potential play. As Cunningham missed low there. Gotta like that. I like that decision from Harvard-Westlake. You know, they're staying aggressive, up 9-0. They're letting Loyola know this is a rivalry game. Of course, it's all friendly, but it is a rivalry game. You know, they're not going to
take it lightly.
Yeah, and I like that. I like keeping it competitive.
Then again, he kind of did not. He kind of didn't really swing at that. He kind of just let that go. Maybe it's that confidence. Maybe that's just like eyesight, you know. Because right now it's looking like deja vu again. This is looking like the fourth
First
inning.
and second, yeah. Seems to be the bread and butter here for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
As Cunningham delivers up to the base on balls, it's going to be an off-speed pitch missing low and away.
Yeah, I mean, that from here, that looks like that's a strike. But to the ump, that's like, okay, that may be too far to the right. It is currently looking like a bad time for Cunningham. But, you know, he's proven to be resilient so far. Nothing a lot has gone past him. But, oh, boy.
Oh.
Seems like if the runner tagged up there, he could have...
Yeah, that maybe might be a 9-0 decision to not send the runner. You know, we were talking about them being aggressive, but in a close game, not a doubt in my mind that they're sending him on that. I think he could have been in there easily.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line between aggression and overkill.
Yeah. You know, like keeping it competitive, but at some point it's just
You
like
don't
taking
really
candy.
have to risk.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when stuff happens, it's like, okay, that's unfortunate. Do you take advantage of it, though? You know, it's one of those moral questions.
Right. Cunningham comes set, kick and deal.
Bang.
It's going to be hit
that
well.
is crushed. Deep left field.
It's going to be caught there by Ariano. Runner fakes the tag, but good job to get it in quickly to Magpog. So ball that was squared up, but Cunningham, you know, pitching to contact, there are worse things. I mean, when you're not pitching to contact and you're giving up walks, there's nothing your defense can do. When you give your defense a chance, I think you'll be surprised. They end up making the play more times than they don't. As Jack Kelman steps back up to the plate here for the Wolverines. Another personal friend of mine.
Very nice. Yeah, now just an out tallied on for the Cubs right now. They still have the two runners on first and second, and they can't really do a lot about them until they slip up. First pitch. Outside.
Someone already warming up once again in the Cubs bullpen. Hopefully Cunningham can just finish it off.
Yeah. You really don't want another pitching change.
Actually,
Yeah.
sorry, that was inside. That is a strike. I just literally cannot tell. It's so hard.
Cunningham's going to come set, delivers here. It's going to be another inside
That
and low.
is, yeah, that's a ball. I can say that confidently. That's a ball. I mean, how many pitchers can you go through? I mean, you've also got to think about, like, how many pitchers you want to utilize. Because if you utilize all your pitchers, you know, you're not going to have enough pitchers for the next game. So,
Yeah. You like getting some guys in, some work in, but then you got a game tomorrow and a game after that against the same team. Not great.
Yeah, you got to find a fine line. There's a fine line. You got to tiptoe as a coach between, you know, putting in all your guys and also saving them up. So as Cunningham comes set from the stretch, kick and deal. It's going to be another one inside. He's really just been owning the inside half of the plate. But I guess not really the inside half of the plate because that implies it's a strike. He's been owning the inside half of the batter's box.
and here comes Goldstein. I'm not too sure if that grazed him or if that was 4 balls. But
I believe that was ball 4, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was 4 balls. Regardless, it is now bases loaded. For the Cubs, this is like possibly the scariest thing they're up against right now, but are they even afraid at this point, or are they just kind of accepted it? The question is,
Oh, really?
oh, now they're switching another pitcher? No, the guy from the bullpen is not
He's
come out.
continuing to warm.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I think they're just buying him some time to warm up. As you see, the catcher in the bullpen is not even in his full squat yet. You guys can't see that, but he's just getting his arm loose. The catcher's not even squatted down yet, so they're just playing some toss. So I'm pretty sure the message of this meeting is just, you know, we're buying some time for a man in the bullpen. Get him some more time. Get him some more reps there, so he can come in later and be fully ready to go. If I had to guess. So Cunningham.
A good guess.
Cunningham, you know, looking to get out of this. He really doesn't want to pick up the earned runs here, but it's tough. Bases juiced, 1 out. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of effort to get out of this with nothing.
Yeah,
But-
especially when you're already a bit demoralized because you might not believe in the game still being
Yeah.
alive. But you got to play for pride sometimes. And
Yeah.
right now, the pride, the motivation might just be to not get mercy ruled.
Exactly. As Cunningham delivers, it's gonna be high. No way. Just not where he wanted that one.
You can't really play this too protective or too defensively or too like conservative, because if you do, there's probably going to be an inevitable walk, and that walk is going to add to a run, and that run is not going to add up well.
Definitely. So 0-1 is the count?
Yeah, look at that.
No, 1-1.
1-1. Should be 1-1.
Yeah. Cunningham from the windup now with the bases loaded. He's going to miss outside again. No, he's going to get
That's
the call.
a strike.
That's a beautiful strike.
That's a strike. That's a strike. That's a strike. You can't see what the umpire's saying because...
With the left-handed batter, it's sometimes difficult.
Yep, you know, it's like that pole in your way when you're trying to look at something. Here comes the pitch. That looks a bit outside. Looks like actually
Inside.
inside or outside
Low and
towards
in.
the batter. Yeah. It's now pretty
As Cunningham's pitch is going to be hit on a dot to second base, gets
Oh,
by Henry
bobble.
Gunn. 1 run is in, 2 runs
that's
are
gonna be
in.
2 inevitable runs.
11-0 is the score.
That is like kind of not what you want to do. I mean,
Not
that's
great.
that. I think that's one of many balls that's just kind of like rolled off Loyola players, you know. And it's like, oh boy, you know, you really like gotta be like kind of holding on to that. But like maybe it's the sun, you know. The sun is kind of glaring onto the stadium, and
As Cunningham delivers, it's going to be popped up, but out of play. It's going to be hit behind home plate, almost toward the Hannon Theater. Shout out to the Hannon Theater Company.
So this game is 11-0. Another scoreboard issue there. It really seems to be in the final stages, as that's going to be a breaking ball. It's going to be in there for a strike.
Yeah.
Front door curveball.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Definitely.
It's a tough pill to swallow. There's no sugarcoating it, but this is not the best performance.
It's going to be another ball low. Everyone's going to advance. And it's now going to be runners on second and third. Cunningham running into some difficulty. Man, you really thought Page was doing well out there.
I think he was too.
Yeah.
I honestly think he was. I don't think a lot of runs were even scored off him. I think it was just.
I don't know if he had any
It was
earned
the
runs.
pop-up.
Yeah.
It was the pop-up. Yeah.
This run is technically because he stayed in for like the first batter. He got on and he was out. He maybe could have continued.
Yeah, I think maybe he
Not
ended
too
up with an
familiar.
inherited earned run. Yeah.
Maybe that was like him dipping his toes in. Maybe he doesn't pitch a lot. Maybe he wants to get Cunningham to pitch. Something you gotta you just don't know. Something you don't know. Now, another run threat. There's a guy on third and second. Here's Cunningham. Here's the pitch.
It's going to be hacked at. Magpok with it to short. Nice play there.
And that's why you have Magpok. He's that cornerstone, as that's out number dos.
But I believe they did let the run score.
Yep. So it's going to be 12-0 Wolverines, I believe.
Hey, show. That's a big number. That's a big number, and scoreboard issue, as you said.
Yep.
I think it's
It's
Do we-
12, yeah.
it should be 12, right? Yeah, we actually saw that guy in third.
Yeah,
Let's
we got
go.
it on our scoreboard, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can
That's
trust
going to
the
be another wild pitch, but we're just going to hold up being a 12-0 baseball game.
Yeah, you can trust the John Malloy Broadcasting Club to bring you the most authentic numbers. That's right. Shout out stat guy Richie over here.
Hooray.
As Cunningham delivers from the windup, it's going to be
Oh,
way over his head.
Yeah, that's the second time the guy on third's like, should I steal home? I don't know.
Should I steal home? Yes, but it's 12-0, so I won't.
I mean, will he even make it? Because, how fast will... I'm assuming Lopez is still playing at catcher, so how fast will Lopez get there?
Lopez is an athlete. He can move around behind the plate pretty fast.
Yeah.
And there doesn't even look like there's that much room behind the plate.
As Cunningham delivers a swing and a miss, that's a
Yeah.
welcome sight.
Very good. Very nice. 2-1.
So Cubs coming to the plate this next inning. Looks like it's going to be their last chance to get in this game if the mercy rule is in fact in effect. There's some debate as to whether it is. That's going to miss low and away again. And the runner's
Oh,
gonna
no.
come in this time.
He doesn't care. It's 12.
Couldn't resist.
He
Couldn't
doesn't
resist.
care. He does not care at all. It is now 13-0. It's looking like a football score now. Oh, boy. Yeah. I don't know if this will go the full 7 or this will end short, as you said. But, we will see. Right now, that is not what you want if you're the Cubs. I mean, another run against you is kind of just,
Really not what you want to
not
see.
helpful. I mean,
Not great.
it's not changing a lot.
So let's
It's
really
not
just
great.
see. I'd love to see Cunningham get an out here. I mean, just
Yeah, let's get him a
for a
strikeout.
multitude of reasons, as that ball is going to be fouled away, 3-2. So Cunningham 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. Fingers crossed he can do it, and fingers crossed the Cubs can get some offense going. But it's just these Harvard-Westlake have been mounting these really long innings, it feels like.
Yeah,
It has been. It's been at least 15 minutes since the start of this inning.
You could pitch a 10 and just.
I mean, the
chill
pitching
here.
changes don't help. Ugh.
Yeah, that
That's a walk.
stings. He's you could tell he's trying to pull, but I mean, I think Harvard-Westlake's like, okay, I know what he's gonna do. We've seen this happen before. Maybe it's the game plan of the coach, not the personal pitcher. But I don't know. Maybe it's just like this is a desperation type of move. But regardless, time is not relevant. But the sun is setting.
Right, no lights here at Hernandez.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think it's going to go that long.
No.
But no. Yeah. While there's light, still aglow, a shadow is cast over the inner diamond. That is showing, it's basically It's winding down.
As that's going to be hitting the 5-6 hole in the left field for
Magpie.
another base knock. Just out past Magpie's outstretched hand.
Oh no! Is he slow to get up?
Oh no.
Yeah,
think
he
he's
seems to
good.
be. He seems to be bending over.
He's a bit hobbled.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
he's,
a little bit banged up, but I think he's all good. As the
Someone's gonna
trainers
check
can
on
make
him.
a run.
Is he
out
holding
there.
on something? Yeah, no. I think he fell weird. He really put himself out there.
I think
you
he's
know?
fine.
Magpie is really
Tough
a
guy.
talented and like very devoted player. I mean, that's why he's going to BC. But also, like, he really puts his heart and soul into this game, even when there's such a big difference in score. I mean, outstanding stuff by Magpie. However, you know, you shouldn't push yourself to the point of injury. And it's good to see him being okay and get up, but, like, you know, when you always see a player wince or, like, kind of like, you know, hunch over in pain, that's always just not going to bring a smile to your face. Regardless, good to see him back up and running. Unfortunately, that ball is placed really excellently right past him. And that is, you just can't really do a lot about that, you know?
Hard hit ball to his right. Can't get to it. Nothing to do.
And now, I don't even know if it's the top of the batting order now, but now we got another guy on first, another guy on second, and another guy at the plate. It is,
This might be their 9th batter. 4 runs scored, 2 on, 2 out.
That sounds right to me, yeah. As that's going to be on the outside corner of the plate and called strike.
yeah, oh my. Is just trying to survive for Cunningham right now. He's 1-1 on this count. He could put this away. He's just got to.
Cunningham from the stretch here. It's going to be a looping curveball fouled away at 1-2.
This is his chance. This is his chance. He's got it. He's just got to make sure he just, you know, digs deep. I feel like trying to pull the ball is actually not what he wants to do. He's actually going to just try and just put that thing right up the middle. Let's see what he does. Bang.
Shot him.
3.
That's what he needed to do. And the Cubs advance to the bottom of the 6th. I mean, you can't really say a lot. That's all.
No, just really, really bad inning.
All we know is that 3 more Cubs are going to get a chance to hit.
Yep.
That is true. That is very true. I
Is
mean,
that true?
actually, is it?
The one...
Wait a minute. No, there's a guy going out
Yeah.
for catcher.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I mean, home team, they always get a chance to hit.
Great.
Yeah.
Still, once again, mercy rule is still widely up for debate. It may not even be a thing.
May
We
not
may just be
exist.
like.
We may have made it up.
We may have just completely made it up, but
It might not have been
it may be real. We don't know. It's kind of weird. Once again, I already said, you know, I didn't even know this it even existed. So we'll see. All we can really sit and do is just watch the next 3 Cub batters and see what they have in store for us. Ariano, I think, was one of the last to bat, so we're on the latter half of the batting order right now. And then we go back to the top with
Certainly.
Magpie.
For the Harvard-Westlake Wolverines is a sophomore, number 31, James Benn.
And here's a new pitcher.
New pitcher for the Wolverines. That's going to be
Subbing in for
the sophomore, number 31.
subbing in for number 4, Thomas Lieb or Lozano.
It's James Min. He's a right-handed pitcher and a sophomore. Presumably really good. Although he's pretty small out there, so good for him for being on this
Do
varsity
they have a
roster.
31?
See, interesting. James Min here on the roster is number 7. However,
He's 31 on the jersey.
he's 31 on the jersey, so it's probably not Thomas Lieb. It may have just been Lozano.
Or-
Then again, it could have been Ethan Sokol. It could have been. I'm
Some
pretty
issues here
confident.
with the Harvard-Westlake roster.
Someone number 31 is pitching right now.
This James Min.
Yeah, it's James Min,
It's
who's
James
number 7 on the roster. That's confusing.
He wanted a new number.
He's like, yeah, I'm a fan of 31. You know, I'll take that. That's like,
He's
yeah.
born 31. Jock Peterson. person. That's the only person I can come up with.
31. I mean, that's 11 off of Jackie Robinson's number.
That could have inspired him.
Yeah, maybe he like found Jackie Robinson when he was 11 and he was like, I like that number. Subtract my age, that's mine. 31.
There we go.
There's always some
I
backstory
think
behind a number, and that's what you love, you know? Like, oh, what's your number relate to? It's like 2 because that's how many dogs I want.
It's going to be fouled off down the right-hand side. I believe this is Walter Urban again. Just, as I was saying, one of the young bucks here for the Cubs, but certainly a guy with a ton of talent. Certainly a guy that you're going to see here at Hernandez Field for years to come and hopefully be a part of this new generation of Loyola baseball as he ropes a nice little base hit into center field. So let's see if the Cubs have something going here.
Nice. That's nice. Just all you gotta say is nice. Love to see it.
Good
Love
piece.
to see.
Love
Good
to
piece.
see it.
Good piece of hitting there by Walt.
I believe that's the 6th hit of the game.
For the Cubs?
Yeah, for the Cubs.
All right.
Maybe
nice.
we can get a run too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we're aiming for, yo.
That'd be amazing.
All right, let's not get greedy.
Now listen.
So Min, his outing doesn't start off great.
You know, he seems a bit on the shorter side, I would
He
say.
does. That pitch is going to be in there for a strike.
Like a 5-7.
Well, let's see. What does the roster have
Oh,
to
yes,
say?
what does-
There's no height listed.
No height listed.
He's all heights. He's just chosen to be like 5'8" for this one
As
game.
Min is
Yeah.
going to deliver from the stretch, it's going to be poked foul.
There was some contact there. If he swung a bit earlier, that probably would have gotten some distance. 0-2 is the count right now.
Yeah,
It's
you know, Min not of especially intimidating stature, but the ball does seem to be coming out of his hands with a certain zip.
Yeah.
That's something you can't teach. You know, if you just some people just have a live arm.
Yeah.
As he's going to pitch from the stretch here, it's going to be.
Oh, that is
Deep
deep.
center.
Deep center, but number 2 is there, and he looks back the runner. He's going to throw it over to first, but no real chance of that ever happening.
If only it was. If only it wasn't a. Actually, you know, would that have gone over on a regular diamond?
I don't think so, but
I
I
don't
certainly
think
think it'd be
so.
the warning track.
That was definitely close, though. I mean,
As Augie Lopez is stepping up to the dish, the USC commit.
yeah. Now we're almost at the top, or I think that was Magpok who just said. I'm not too sure.
That was, I believe that was,
Isn't Lopez after? I'm not too sure.
no, Magpok leads. I think it was Carson Chavez.
Oh, that was Chavez. Yeah, that's right. Augie has really been playing well. He's been
On base twice.
yeah, he's been on base twice. He's also been having some good plays, getting that ball from the home plate to second. He made a great play in the second inning. He's also been overall just really good team player. He's once again like Magpok. He's a spiritual player. He puts his entire soul into this game, and you love to see it. You really do. And they just switched pitchers. Okay.
They got a freshman out there. Can't really see him here. He's number 33.
He's 33 does not exist on the roster. Let's go.
It was James something. Not Min.
It's not James Min.
It was a freshman. So let's see.
Okay, he's not on the roster. He's
He's a call up.
yeah. Look at that.
Nice little call up from probably the JV squad.
Lovely, lovely. Let's see what he can do against the varsity team of Loyola. See if he can. I mean, Loyola's spirits are not crushed. I mean, you saw that center field dinger nearly encroached on the gate below us. I mean,
Oh yeah.
he had a chance.
Maybe
Yeah.
like 20 feet back and
I'd say
40
s-
feet up. That hits one of our computers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the worst thing that could happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a bit of a warming up is needed.
Yeah. You know, you got to wonder why. Why do they bring him in?
Well, probably to get exposure.
Yeah,
you know,
nice to get that
feel like if you're Harvard-Westlake, you're like, okay, guys, I don't think Loyola can come back. You know, it's
Yeah.
like,
Give the rookie a
how many
shot.
innings are there left? And then it's like, well, okay.
There's 2, but there might be 1. Or
We don't
they
know.
They probably
They know. We don't. So there's there's something going on, but it's Lopez versus
So it's
call
Lopez.
up, the freshman call up. It will be exciting to see how he will do.
So here's Lopez. Let's see what he can do.
First pitch.
Gonna be a
Oh,
wild pitch,
dear.
and Urban's gonna advance to second.
Yeah, that is already, the back of the,
I mean, it's a rookie, and it's a rookie mistake. Saw that.
yeah, like. That's
Some of the ambient noises around here. That's gonna be pieced in the right
bang! That
field.
is gone.
One hopper off
Into the
wall.
back off the wall. That is a
Urban's gonna
powerful
score.
hit, and Loyola will get on the board.
Loyola.
It is a celebration.
Pretty subdued celebration.
I mean, if you get on the board,
Yeah, you
that's
know,
reason to
yeah,
celebrate.
that is reason to celebrate.
Subdued celebration or not, that was a strong hit right there.
Yeah, that was hit really well by Augie.
Yeah, 13-1. Better than 13-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
And now they're still in a position to score with a runner on second.
yeah, it's like he snapped that bat in 2 on that hit.
So he's gonna kick and deal from the windup now. It's gonna be a breaking ball just low.
Yeah, he had a good look there. I gotta say, it almost just tickled the box. Here's
Looks
pitch
back at the
number
runner
2.
at second.
That is way out. It's been a long one, so thank you for sticking around and tuning in. It is now 5:20 from this game. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes since this game started. Right down the middle. That is strike
yeah.
1. It is now 2-1 for a call.
Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Yeah, let's see if he can get a second out here for Harvard-Westlake.
They're going to look to get a second out here and potentially end this game, whether or not the mercy rule in effect. There's still some uncertainty up here in the booth, but all research we've done has pointed to that being a pretty standard rule across high school ball, but we're not quite sure.
Not sure if that's a CIF rule.
Right.
It may not be. We don't know. Anywho, the game still winding down. 1 inning after this, regardless, as that will be a swing and a miss. 1 strikeout for Mr. Freshman.
10 strikeouts for the Cubs.
And now
They've struck out 10 times.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, but Dickie Taw is about to change that. Here comes Richard Dickie Taw Jr.
He might just hit it over the wall.
Yeah, he's got that strength. I know.
Oh, yeah.
Personally, he's got that strength. You know, he's not gonna hold anything back, as he's got that baseball IQ as well as that physical strength, which is honestly just the best combination for our sport.
It's going to be high up at the letters.
Look at that, he's got a good eye right there. Here comes pitch number 3. That is a strike.
In there for a strike.
I'm fairly sure it's a 2-1 call, but the scoreboard may be wrong again. I have no clue. Here's the next
Starting to
pitch.
get a bit chilly over here.
Yeah,
Wind
that-
picking up, temperatures going down.
Sun going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, sun going down. I mean, if there is another rainstorm, just get prepared.
Stay dry.
Stay dry for sure. Yeah, try not to get flooded too. That's a big issue.
The pitch. He steps off.
He's
the road.
waved off right now. Yeah, it's getting a bit chilly up here. How you guys holding up?
Yeah, starting to feel it a little bit.
Yeah.
As the pitch is delivered to Dickey.
And he will
Takes his
take
walk.
that walk. That's right. Yep, the scoreboard was wrong. That's fine. He will take that walk because he does not want to mess with Dickey Taw.
First and second, a 3-run homer would put us out of the mercy rule situation.
But it doesn't exist. What if it's just not real?
It could be a concept that someone just came
I don't know.
up with.
I don't know. But here he comes. Here is...
If he's swinging for the fences, then that's probably true.
Might as well, right? That's in their first strike, but might as well just swing for the fence.
Wind is blowing out.
Yeah, he's trying to get that ball to float like a feather in the wind. Like a plastic bag in the wind.
0-2 is the count, so the Cubs might be down to their last strike.
Yeah. Still, Cubs want to swing. This is the moment where they're gonna have to put all their power into one swing, like it's a movie or something. As the sun sets, the Cubs will be.
There it is.
Strikeout. Everyone's coming out of the dugout. The game does appear to be over.
No.
No, wait.
Nope. Not over.
Not.
There is
What?
no such thing as a mercy rule. We're crazy.
We are officially crazy.
Wow.
Okay, so me not knowing what the mercy rule was and then obsessing about it for the last 2 hours, I'd say. Yeah,
We got another inning of some nice old baseball.
yeah, America's favorite pastime.
Yes.
I really hope you didn't listen to us when you said there was a mercy rule. Because guess what? There isn't.
We have been lied to. Nah, we've been lying respectfully.
Okay, regardless, we're going to see another pitch change. Number 30.
That is someone new. Let's check out who he is.
Number 30 is gonna be Hayden Solino.
Aiden Solino.
Hayden Solino.
The 5'10", 170-pound junior.
Another no, not another freshman. Another junior who I know actually went to lower school. Not lower school with him, but yeah. Wait, what's the...
Yeah, another factor is the sun. We are racing against the sun here. When the sun goes down, there are no lights here at Hernandez Field, so it can create a hazardous environment.
Sunset is actually within the hour, so it's a bit of a sprint. Does that mean they call the game off? What happens then?
They did that in the old days of baseball.
I think they would just call it, yeah, in that situation.
Anybody got like their phone flashlight? We could put in the stadium and just run around or something.
Just like a nice little flashlight from 3 floors up in Penny Hall.
Yeah, it's a chilly one, but it's one of these nights, one of these afternoons where it's cold, the sun is setting, and it's a brisk one, that's for sure.
0-1 is the count. After a pitch there from Solino. It's going to be low and away ball. Solino has a luscious mane of hair coming out of that hat as he deals another strike.
Yeah, he's actually grown that out. When I used to know him, he had like a buzz cut going on, but fits him well.
Certainly, Tate.
Yeah,
I would say so.
he's a
As he comes from the windup here,
Ooh.
and he hits.
Ooh.
yeah.
Hit him.
Safe to say that wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, I don't
Being a
think
13-1.
I personally have never seen someone actually throw a pitch intending to hit someone, except when he's like one of those like major league games where it's like, okay, I have bad blood with this guy. I'm gonna hit him with my pitch as like a little like, take that, man.
Right.
Like we've seen that.
Right.
before.
Pretty rare on high school level, you gotta think.
Salino pitches. That is a strike. He's got 1 on the board.
Oh, 1 the count here. So yeah, the sun's certainly a factor as it sets over the wet.
Oh boy, that is
Fair
a
ball.
bullet down the side, and ooh.
Salt on the wound here.
Yeah, that is tough. And actually just skips right past the first baseman. Oh my gosh, that guy just ran all the way home.
The ball got away from him.
A
Looks like.
ground double. Look at that. Number 1 is having a field day. He's having fun, and he's actually just gonna run back. And oh no, he's not a pinch hitter. He's just gonna dish his little gloves off after that little ground double. That was actually a really nice hit, though.
Definitely.
Gotta give it to him.
Line.
Can't sleep. The game's still going on. I think the score's 14.
Yep.
14-1.
As Selena delivers.
Bang! That is up and over.
Ice cream truck over
Ice cream.
beyond the center field wall, beeping its way down.
Is that ice cream? I
13th
don't
Street.
think.
Elote,
I don't think that's ice cream.
It's gonna be an outside pitch.
I think the ice cream guy already made his rounds. Maybe he'll come back. This game has been going on for a while.
One comeback that appears unlikely. The Cubs.
Yeah, I think we can just put that out of our mind. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's you got to score 13 runs in an inning, that's
Hasn't.
insane. Has that even been done in high school before? Probably.
I'm sure. I'm positive.
High
it
school,
has.
probably, yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure it has done in the MLB, honestly.
Maybe one.
Let's see. Let's see.
Like
Most runs in an inning.
1912.
1912. I mean, I've seen games like there's been like what's the highest scoring game in baseball history? It's like
30
something.
30 to
something
7.
The
else.
record
No, 30 to
is
3.
17 runs in 1 inning by the Boston Red Sox in 1953.
I don't think.
1953. Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah.
The Sox, baby.
technically, the all-time record is held by the Chicago White Stockings
Oh my goodness.
against the Detroit Wolverines.
Yeah, Salino just pelted his second guy. Yeah, that actually looks like it actually almost hit his head. That's
Not
a
good.
bit dangerous. Also, I think the white stockings. I think that's the AAA team.
No.
Yeah.
I think that's just a very old time record, like 19 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those old time
The dead
records.
ball era.
They're like, yeah, but those
The
those
base
are like
they
the.
threw underhand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are like the Wilt Chamberlain eras. So it's like, Wilt Chamberlain was
Strike
dominant
one.
during this, second, like the 2-point era, and then Steph Curry kind of came in. He was like, "Yo, what's up?" and reinvented the 3-point shot.
Yeah. Losing daylight quickly here at Hernandez.
Yeah, it's like an hourglass. Sand slipping to the other side. Right now, Salino. Oh
Fouled
no!
off.
It looked like he
Fouled
was
off.
gonna get a strikeout there. He's got an
Still-
0-2 count. He needs at least one out because he hasn't
Still-
gotten one yet.
Yeah,
But
Still
no one's
nobody
coming
out.
up, so
I mean,
it's all him.
I mean, at this point, I think it'd be foolish to waste another arm.
Yep.
I agree with that. I think that's a good pick. I think Salino's just gonna have to ride this one out. And yeah. And that
It's gonna
is
miss.
hitting the dirt. One, two's the count.
Becomes set, and he delivers. It's gonna be foul.
Continuation just tipped off the bat there. I think this is a time when the headlights for some cars do start flipping on. So,
Yep.
you know, it's almost time.
In a week the sun will set at like 7, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. We
Dude,
spring
that's it,
forward.
yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yep. Losing an hour of sleep. But at least the sun sets at 7.
At least the sun sets at like what
A
I consider a
reasonable
normal time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than, you know, it's like finals week in the middle of December. You get home and it's 3:30. You go on your, you know, you have a snack and look at your phone. Hour later, you come outside, it's pitch black.
I actually can relate to that. You know, I live like, I don't know, 45 an hour away, and you know, when I come home and I'm like, okay, and I can probably you know, look after my dog, get something to eat myself, and then I come outside, it's already the sun's already setting and it's already dark out.
As the pitch is called strike,
Right.
and honestly, to be honest with you boys, I think that call from the umpire there was
Bad.
I think it was a "I want to leave" call.
Yeah.
I think
I honestly thought that was closer to the batter than it was to the actual strike box, but
I agree.
I don't. I'm not the ref, or
No.
I'm not the ump, so my opinion does not matter. Yeah, sun is gracefully set over some palm trees. Look at that Cali snapshot. Take a photo of it. Put it in your little postcard. Wish you were here.
Just don't make sure you crop out that scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and actually,
Strike.
Celino is after that strikeout, he's feeling some confidence. He's got another strike under, and I think that's the Goodyear blimp that just spawned in over
Yeah.
at the top.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yep, Goodyear blimp.
And there was some movement in the Cub bullpen. I mean,
Oh my, yeah, it seems like some guy is warming up.
Oh.
I mean, is it worth it?
I don't believe so.
0-2, 1 out already.
Here's Celino going for another strikeout. Contact is made. That is a pop-up, but it is not in play. Yeah, I wonder what merits the Goodyear blimp to come out. As you know, fun fact, there's only like 26 blimps currently in the entire world. Yeah, that's right. After the whole like Zeppelin incident where like it blew up and
Yep.
stuff.
Hindenburg.
Yeah, they all outlawed them.
As the pitch is in there for another called strike 3.
I think Celino takes the cake. He's got 2 strikeouts, and I think that's the most that Loyola pitchers have gotten.
Yeah.
Potentially more generous calls given the situation, but yes.
Good job, Aiden. Good job. Hats off to you. And now he's trying to close out this inning. No.
Liz is low and away with that one.
Another thing about the Goodyear blimp, if there's really 26, that means it's the second time it's been in the view of Loyola. Because when I was at like the freshman welcome event, there was one that was like right over Hayden
Yeah.
Circle.
You know, it looks like that one might be over SoFi Stadium or the Forum or something, but also given our location, if it's ever over Crypto Arena, we're really near that as well, as he delivers low and away.
Yeah, that
Well,
is not near crypto. Just want to say that. The
Right.
crypto is
Yeah, so that's why it might be that one might be the Forum.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Crypto's that one.
I just want to add on to what you were saying, Richie. Yeah, they actually do have like a fleet, like in the middle of like a highway desert thing. I was on the highway. I think I saw a couple of blimps
Strike.
just kind of lined up next to each other. So yeah, they have a couple. They have a couple.
Yeah, it's LA. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be scary, you know, like you're in like this little cockpit and you're like way above and it's like you got helium.
It's a balloon that feels like you can just like pop with a needle.
Yeah, because you kind of can. Anyway, Celino gets a full count. He's got the hot hand right now. He's got some
Let's see what
confidence.
Celino can do.
Here comes the pitch.
Desperately trying to get out of the inning. He hits him.
Third hit by pitch.
What a weird stat line. 2 strikeouts, 3
Yeah.
hit batters. I mean, oh boy. Thought you were going to get out of the inning? Nope.
Not quite. Camera looks a bit darker.
Yeah, you gotta wonder at some point.
You already got some people like, okay, I gotta beat the traffic home.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
scout
At some
catch
point,
it.
you gotta start worrying about safety, right? I mean, if they can't see the ball.
Yeah, like what if a ball gets line drive to like a
Exactly.
shortstop, and it's like you cannot see that. Speaking of which, shortstop is now no longer 3 Adam Magpuck, but number 22.
Joshua Ferguson.
Yeah. So they completely subbed people out.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, very cool. Actually, the Goodyear blimp could make its way to Poly Pavilion. Basketball?
What's
Yeah, basketball for the UCLA.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be into center field. Another hit.
another run?
Yeah, Westlake is loving that, as I don't think that player gets a lot of action, but he gets a base hit.
Yep. 15-1. Scoreboard's still a bit wrong.
Oh wait, someone scored again. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, someone was on third.
The bases were loaded. The bases are still loaded.
Wait, real? Oh my God, you're right. Look at that. That's crazy. Here comes Salino in the dirt.
You know, everyone in this stadium is just willing him to get out of this inning. You know, just sending their collective vibes, hoping for one more out. But I mean, it's an elusive out as the temperature continues to drop. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, as you were saying, I actually have the camera image right here. That strike didn't look like a strike. Then again, I'm not the ump.
Then again,
Then
you're
again.
not the ump, and the ump
Strike 2.
might
That
just want to go home.
Strike
Yeah.
2. Can Salino get his third strike to match his 3 hit batters? Look at that. That's how you get an equal score. That's how you meet the 500.
That's how you tie it.
Here's the pitch from Salino. Come on.
That is outside.
Real close there.
Real close.
Real close there.
Salino knows he got this. Here comes pitch numero 4.
Strike 3.
And
Work
he
him
gets
out.
it. Salino.
So Cubs with one last chance here at the plate. Bottom of the 7th coming up. And we're back here for the ultimate inning, the last half inning. Bottom of the 7th, 15-1 is the score, and I really feel that everyone almost everyone on either side just wants this game put out of its misery.
Yep.
It's
Not
like a
a memorable one for the Cubs.
no, one to forget. Certainly, it's a game that nothing really went their way.
Yeah, but it happens to the best of us, Like, you just got to shake it off.
Yeah.
As
I love to see the Cubs getting some of their guys, and these are not the starters. Maybe some seniors who are it's their last season and looking to get some playing time.
Yeah. I feel like this is kind of like one of those moments in sports where it's like this always happens to if you were an athlete. This always happens.
And the pitch.
Like, not even on one team, but like you're always gonna have a bad game. You're always gonna have a bad day. You're not gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
You're human. Like this happens.
The question is how you respond.
Exactly.
And that's going to be a curveball in there for
Oh
you.
my
Strike three.
goodness, that
is not a
Yeah, he got
nasty.
some mustard on that one. Yikes! It looks like it was heading right towards the batter's head, and he put a spin on it.
And here's Miles Carr, the junior.
Wait a second. This pitcher's number 5. That was.
Lozano's number.
Oh my gosh! I literally just have completely lost count. I've lost.
Well, only thing that matters is that Harvard's-Westlake pitching is apparently
Miles
pretty
Carr
good.
takes a nice hack at it.
Yeah.
Fouls him
So
off.
their pitching has been pretty solid. If this is actually Lozano, then well, yeah, you've done pretty solid. Cause good job. That was a great curveball, but that begs the question: who was the pitcher for the majority of the game?
I mean, we might as well just give this guy a lot of credit. He looks pretty good. It might have just been him anyway.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Jersey swap, just like a little jersey.
we just gotta say that the pitching,
in our hearts.
the pitching for Harvard-Westlake has always been dominant, and their entire team has really shown it. Their entire pitching, squad has really shown it.
Yeah.
Even the freshman who came on abruptly did well, and James Min.
Yeah. And as Carr takes one on the outside. So, as we wind down this program,
Make sure to check out all the other games, all the other athletic events
Miss
happening.
High again.
Subscribe to the John Boy. What's it called? John.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah.
So you don't miss a game. Also, make sure to subscribe to the network so you can see all the games, even if they are not broadcasted by us busy Loyola students.
So, yeah, we have a lot of upcoming stuff we'd love to bring to you. We are bringing to you, so make sure to tune in for that. On March 14th, that's Pi Day. We'll be bringing to you volleyball versus Harvard-Westlake. And on the 16th, 2 days later, we'll give you volleyball versus Notre Dame. Then on the 21st, you'll have baseball versus St. Francis. That's at 3:30 p.m.
It's a good one. That's a rivalry game.
As Carr takes the walk. Then on the 29th of March, we'll bring you lacrosse versus La Costa Canyon. La Costa Canyon, really one of the best teams from the San Diego region. So that's going to be a great game. Stay tuned for that. And on April 4th, lacrosse versus St. Margaret's. That's one of the premier teams, lax-wise. And on the 19th, you'll have baseball versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame Sherman Oaks, obviously one of the best schools for baseball in the country. They have the likes of Hunter Green and Giancarlo Stanton as in their ranks of alumni. So stay tuned for that, folks. And yes, subscribe to John Woolley Broadcast Club. Cubcast.org is our website. Yeah.
Yep. That basically covers it. Well done. As we were gone, Miles Carr takes base, numero uno, which is very nice, lovely. As now we have number 22, I think.
Joshua Ferguson.
Yeah, Josh
Champagne Joshy. As the pitch misses low. This guy's struggling to find the zone.
Yeah,
That sun is really falling down.
Oh
Sun
my
has
gosh, it's
fallen. It
just
is
a
cold.
flicker. It's like the lantern, It's just fading
The last
away.
of its heat has really left. There's no heat to be felt.
No, it's just actually, how cold is it?
It's like 50 something.
It's like
Gotta think with the wind chill.
54.
With wind chill.
And you got to add the wind chill. It's like a math equation, you know?
Yep.
And these players got to be feeling it. They got to be tired. They got to
There's-
be tired.
There's a feels like option on weather, I think.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, if it's a feels like, then what's the point of the actual temperature? I don't get it.
I
you
mean,
know?
the actual temperature it says it's a solid 55.
And that pitch is swung on and missed.
53.
Down.
Feels like 53.
So it's like 53. Wow, what a drastic change, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely just massive.
It is now a 2-2 count. Let's see if Harvard-Westlake can tie up a few loose ends with this pitch. No, that is low, and that is. Oh no, the scoreboard was wrong again. It is actually was a full count, and now Loyola has 2 men on base.
The sun is.
About to disappear behind that building.
Yeah, thank God the Earth is round. If it was not, we wouldn't be getting this up.
No. The few fans that are here are starting to leave, starting to make that pilgrimage back to their car, trying to beat the traffic. But at this point,
Yeah, but
Almost 6
look at these
o'clock.
fans. They came prepared. They got some blankets. Look at that.
it's nice.
Yeah, you're gonna get those Loyola-themed blankets at the
Oh,
Cub
yeah.
corner. You already know.
As the pitch comes in, it's lined in the left field. Nice piece of hitting. Maybe some life here for the Cubs.
Bases
Loaded. Here comes the grand slam. That's actually worth 15 points.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That exists.
Of course it does.
Next batter up, number 12,
Matthew Lee, number
Matthew.
12.
He's gonna hit a home run.
He's gonna get that grand slam. He's gonna. That's the Cub win. You know, that's the Cub
Yeah.
win for tonight.
No batting gloves. That's a bold move in weather such as this.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know, maybe like his pants cold. Normally you want to be warmed up, but I guess this guy likes the opposite.
Maybe he's like ice in his veins. You know, maybe he's Danny Green. Is he the guy who does ice in your veins for basketball?
D'Angelo Russell.
No, the guy he was the guy in the Sixers. He kind
I
of.
feel like it was D'Angelo Russell on the Lakers. His first
Yeah.
tenure on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? I
believe so.
I thought it was great. I don't know. I may be wrong.
As he's gonna hit. one
Oh
to
my
right
God!
field.
No
Get out.
way!
Get out! No.
Oh, one could dream.
Oh wow! What a
the-
throw from right field, but just up the line.
Yeah, the base is
Oh,
tagged
wow.
up from third base, and that is another run for Loyola. Fantastic. Miles Carr tags up and gets in after a very close grand slam attempt. I mean, I thought
Drew
he was
Taylor
going
now for the
there.
Cubs.
Drew Taylor.
I believe it's Drew Taylor.
Drew Taylor? Yeah, another junior.
Yeah, this is Drew.
Yeah, Drew, and he actually has a brother. His name is Scotty. They're
Scott, talk about an athlete.
yeah.
Football.
Oh
Both
my
of them.
gosh, both of them. Yeah, that is
Hit the
fair.
third.
That is very fair.
Third to first, and that is the game, folks. It's been a pleasure bringing you this game, courtesy of the John Moy Broadcast Club. The schedule I read out a few minutes ago, make sure you stay tuned for that. And yeah, this is Frank Lichman saying thank you for watching and have a good night.
Yeah. Also, Tate Harahan and
Ricardo Torres. Have a
Thank you.